Welcome to Novel Love Hearing. We bring you hundreds of novel audiobooks covering every genre and every kind of story you can imagine. Action? We've got it. Adventure? Absolutely. Horror? Of course. Whether it's the legendary Uchiha Massacre or outrageous tales like stealing Naruto's and Sasuke's women, you'll find it here. From epic series like One Piece, Bleach, Fairy Tail, and Hunter x Hunter, to countless other adventures, our library has it all. Love novels but don't have time to read? No worries, just plug in your earbuds, sit back, and let the story take over. Good listening, and happy hearing. Chapter 1, Loved You. Lingzhi Mountain was enveloped in immortal mist, with cranes soaring and birds singing. The air was fresh, spiritual energy abundant, carbon dioxide levels low, and oxygen content plentiful. The mountain paths were filled with floral fragrances and bird songs. A perfect place for an after-meal stroll to prolong one's life. But, boom. A deafening explosion startled the forest birds as a massive water dragon surged toward a tiny black dot in the sky. Thud. The small black dot plummeted straight to the ground. Clutching his chest, he struggled to stand up, completely drenched. He licked the traces of blood at the corner of his lips, mixing with the water droplets on his face. Surprisingly sweet. A woman landed lightly, her bare feet touching the ground. Dressed in sheer gauze with damp hair, her sparkling eyes burned with a mix of hatred, embarrassment, anger, and frustration. Her beauty was ethereal, with exquisitely delicate features like a priceless work of art. A white silk ribbon tied around her waist accentuated her delicate grace. The translucent black gauze enhanced her spiritual aura while unintentionally emphasizing her fragility. Her smooth, cascading hair flowed like a waterfall, adding to her otherworldly elegance. Zhonglin. I ask you. Loved you. Ah. With a flick of her sleeve carrying the scent of flowers and spring water, a powerful gust sent Zhonglin flying far, far away. Struggling to his feet again, Zhonglin's eyes held no resentment. Only worldly resignation. Why, Zhonglin? Our Dragon Gate sect treated you well. Why did you steal the dragon vein? The woman stepped forward barefoot on a cobblestone path, raising her sword as she soulfully questioned the man before her. Huh? Senior sister, weren't you going to scold me for peeping at your bath? Her delicate face flushed crimson to the tips of her ears. Don't change the subject. Zhonglin. Why did you betray our sect? Why betray? Straightening up, the man named Zhonglin looked up at the sky. Yes, why betray? At this thought, two silent tears streamed from Zhonglin's eyes. He remembered. Just after finishing his college entrance exams in his previous life, sitting in an air-conditioned room drinking soda while playing Dungeon and Fighter. He'd spent all his hard-saved money opening loot boxes. Only to blow nearly 2,000 yuan and get nothing but revive coins? Right after opening the final box. Still just revive coins. He literally died from rage. Then he transmigrated to this bizarre cultivation world. Cultivation? Who needs that? From all those novels he'd read, it was just endless resource battles where everyone became stepping stones for the protagonist. Just as Zhonglin planned to live an ordinary life here, he got picked up at age 8 and somehow became a demonic cult disciple. He considered quitting the cult to live in seclusion, but then some damn villain system forced this former model student to act like a true cult member. To meet the cult's quotas, Zhonglin came here. The Dragon Vein was a specialty of Dragon Gate sect, producing 4 annually. Whether brewed as tea or chewed raw, it boosted cultivation. Through sect recruitment. No, enrollment. Zhonglin successfully joined and even became a direct disciple. After a year of dedication, he finally accessed the Dragon Vein and could steal it to complete his mission today. But who could have guessed? His escape route past Lingzhi Peak's hot springs. Right when senior sister was bathing. Zhonglin truly hadn't planned to peek, though he wanted to. But just as he was about to flee, that damned system issued a mission. To peep at senior sister bathing. In the end, he peeked, completed the mission. And got caught. Zhonglin, answer me. If there are extenuating circumstances, I can help you. The sect can help you too. Lin Qingwen, Dragon Gate sect's direct disciple, bit her rosy lips slightly. Her beautiful eyes brimmed with anxiety and sorrow. She recalled when he first joined the sect. His introverted demeanor, how he'd call her senior sister so earnestly. How he'd willingly take punishment to bring food when she was confined, how he stayed up all night tending her injuries. Her eyes shimmered with tears. Senior sister. Sorry, but our paths diverge. Zhonglin sighed deeply, giving Lin Qingwen a heartfelt look. Actually, I'm from the demonic cult. What? The spring breeze gently lifted the girl's gauzy skirt. Hearing Zhonglin's answer, Lin Qingwen's small mouth parted slightly, her incredulous expression so adorable. So kissable. Ahem. Cough. 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 Steeling himself, Zhang Lin coughed violently. Suddenly, before Lin Qingwen could react, he lunged at her while she held the sword pointing at him. Pooh! The blade pierced Zhang Lin's heart. He spat a mouthful of blood and collapsed forward. Junior brother. Lin Qingwen's jade-like arms caught Zhang Lin, holding him as they spun midair before landing gracefully. Cradling him in her lap, Zhang Lin nestled against her chest, breathing in her hair's fragrance. Senior sister, sorry. I know I went too far. In her embrace, Zhang Lin caressed Lin Qingwen's delicate, fair cheek as she wept like a storm-battered pear blossom. Actually, I didn't want to be a demonic cultist. Zhang Lin, don't speak anymore. Let me heal you. No. Senior sister. It's too late. Zhang Lin grasped Lin Qingwen's soft, boneless hand and placed it over his heart. Senior sister, betraying the sect deserves death. Dying by your hand is my greatest happiness in this life. Stop talking, please stop. Lin Qingwen's tears fell like raindrops as she clung tightly to him. Zhang Lin shamelessly nuzzled deeper into her embrace. Senior sister, sorry. The dragon vein is already refined. It'll disappear when I die. If there's a next life, I'll repay you. Senior sister. One last thing. Senior sister. Before finishing, Zhang Lin's hand, which had been fondling the girl, dropped limply. His body disintegrated into countless glowing particles, vanishing from her arms without even leaving clothes behind. No. The girl's heartbroken wail echoed across Lingzhu Mountain. Ding. A soft metallic chime sounded in the distance as a beam of light descended. Zhang Lin reappeared unharmed far away. One of the 99,999 revive coins that accompanied him to this cultivation world was deducted. Close call. My acting wasn't bad, right? Gotta run before she notices. Revived, Zhang Lin sighed in relief. Clutching the 4 dragon veins, he summoned a spirit energy horse to escape. Simultaneously, the system's voice echoed in his mind again. Chapter 2, Feeling Like I'm Trembling at 40, Congratulations, host, for completing the villain mission, peeking at the protagonist Lin Qingwen's bathing. Rewards, 1. Notoriety points plus 500, total, 5,000, available for lottery and prize exchange. 2. 1 body tempering agent, exclusive for pure martial artists, host. Please keep up the good work and continue advancing on the unprecedented path of becoming the ultimate villain. The rewards are this generous? Zhang Lin, riding his spirit energy horse midair, was shocked. After all, he had merely taken a peek at senior sister Lin bathing. Was it because she was exceptionally beautiful? Forget it, no matter. Time to return to the sect and report. With a giddy-up, Zhang Lin urged his spirit energy horse and swiftly flew toward the Sun Moon demonic cult in Wudong province. There were 9 provinces in the world, and Wudong province ranked as the smallest among them. The Sun Moon demonic cult held a middling position in Wudong province's demonic cult rankings. Neither a minor faction nor a major one. After 3 full days and nights of travel, Zhang Lin finally returned to Twin Peaks, where he cultivated. Little Lin Lin. The moment Zhang Lin landed, a woman dressed in a white gauze butterfly robe immediately embraced him. Master, please, have some restraint. Zhang Lin wanted to push her away but found himself unable to do so. It's fine little Lin Lin, are you hurt? Lifting her delicate head from Zhang Lin's chest, the woman's eyes shimmered like autumn water, her flawless face unblemished. Her snow-white lashes fluttered with every blink, making one want to pluck a few. I'm fine, but master, if you keep holding me like this, I'm going to suffocate. Sorry. Reluctantly, the woman named Zhang Yuni let go, then straightened Zhang Lin's collar for him. Here, master, these are the 4 dragon veins I recently found in a secret realm during my travels. Please submit them soon. This year's quota should be met now. Having caught his breath, Zhang Lin retrieved the 4 dragon veins from his storage ring. A surge of spiritual energy immediately filled the peak of Twin Peaks. Every peak in the Sun Moon demonic cult had a villainous quota. Much like a system-assigned mission, or more colloquially, a performance metric. If the quota wasn't met, everyone on that peak would be held accountable, and the peak itself might even be reclaimed. Though, in the case of Twin Peaks, it was just Zhang Lin and Zhang Yuni. But Twin Peaks was the only home Zhang Lin had in this world. No matter what, he couldn't let it be taken away. Twin Peaks had failed to meet its quota for 3 consecutive years. No, to be precise, it had achieved 0 performance. The 4th year would result in the peak's repossession. So, to settle the debt in one go, Zhang Lin had no choice but to infiltrate the Dragon Gate sect and, regrettably, bring back these 4 dragon veins. He felt guilty, but he could only make up for it later if he ever found any heavenly treasures. These are indeed pure dragon veins. Overflowing with spiritual energy, thick and long. But little Lin, Did you really find them yourself? Stealing isn't good, you know. Master, we are demonic cult members. That's still no excuse. Fine, I really did find them. Really? Yes. Really. After 3 seconds of staring at each other, Zhang Yuni broke into a radiant smile. I believe you. Zhang Lin sighed in relief. Thankfully, his master was beautiful, naive, and easy to fool. Zhang Yuni poked at the 4 floating dragon veins, which Zhang Lin thought looked more like radishes, and examined them carefully with her slender fingers. Little Lin, we should hide these 4 dragon veins properly. They'll help you break through to the ocean viewing realm. And if you practice martial arts, they might even help you forge a pure martial artist's martial core. Ow! That hurts. Before Zhang Yuni could finish, Zhang Lin flicked her forehead. She clutched her head, pouting like a little squirrel, her watery eyes glaring up at him with resentment. Master, what are you saying? If the dragon veins are gone, we'll lose our home. Forget it, I'll go submit them myself later. Maybe I can even apply for extra funding. Our house needs repairs. Zhang Lin sighed. Besides, I don't need these. Eh? Don't be like that. We can live in a thatched cottage if we have to. These dragon veins are really good for you. As she spoke, Zhang Yuni reached out to take the dragon veins, but Zhang Lin raised them high above his head. The girl climbed onto him but couldn't reach them no matter how hard she tried. Give them to me. No. Give them to me. No. I'm your master. Master. The crow's here. Huh? Newspapers for sale. Newspapers for sale. 1 low-grade spirit stone per copy at the peak of Twin Peaks. A giant crow carrying a bamboo basket kept shouting. Storing the dragon veins away, Zhang Lin tossed a low-grade spirit stone high into the air. The crow caught it and dropped a newspaper. Thank you for your patronage. Come again, little Lin, you really love reading newspapers, huh? Zhang Lin rolled his eyes at his master. We have to keep up with the times. What if the era changes? Taking the newspaper, Zhang Lin felt inexplicably uneasy. Sure enough, as soon as he unfolded it, a glaring headline caught his eye. Shocking. Why did Dragon Gate's sex-top disciple, Fairy Lin Qingwen, sob hysterically on a forest path? Why has she secluded herself in silence? Why did her cultivation drop by 2 realms? What exactly happened? Is this a distortion of morality or the collapse of humanity? Read our exclusive column to uncover Fairy Lin Qingwen's hidden secrets. Ding! Just as he was halfway through the column, the system chimed. Protagonist plot triggered. Protagonist Lin Qingwen, born with a sacred body, suffered Dao heart damage due to the host's actions. Expected recovery time, 3 years. Afterward, she will despise demonic cults, wiping out nearly 90% of Wutong Province's demonic sects within 10 years. 11 years later, she will invade Wutong Province and spend a decade killing the host repeatedly before scattering his ashes and ascending to the Dao. Host, you're on your own. Suddenly, Zhang Lin felt himself trembling. Kill me n times and then ascend? And scatter my ashes? Is senior sister secretly a sadist? No. This must be nipped in the bud. Otherwise, in 10 years, I'll die tens of thousands of times. And each death is excruciating. I'd go insane. Little Lin, what's wrong? Did you do something bad? Seeing Zhang Lin sweating profusely, Zhang Yuni asked worriedly. Master, we're demonic cult members. Doing bad things is our job. No. I picked you up and raised you. You can't do bad things. Truthfully, his master hadn't always been like this. She used to be the cold, domineering type. But 7 or 8 years ago, during an excursion, Zhang Lin had accidentally stolen a girl's candied hawthorn. A group of elders immediately jumped out to defend her, and in the ensuing chaos, his master had suffered severe injuries protecting him. When she woke up, her personality had completely changed. Zhang Lin actually liked his master's current personality. But what about 10 years from now? Sigh. Don't worry, master, I'm fine. I'll go submit the dragon veins now. Though his master was naive, she was oddly perceptive in certain areas. Afraid she might notice something, Zhang Lin summoned his spirit energy horse and rode off with a giddy-up, all while brainstorming solutions. Arriving at the Sun Moon Demonic Cult's mission completion point, Zhang Lin submitted the dragon veins and successfully applied for extra funding. But his mind was preoccupied with how to fix things. Then, just as he stood before the villain mission board, his eyes suddenly lit up. Chapter 3, That's right, it's me. The notorious mission board, which Zhang Lin usually referred to as the NPC mission board. From snatching lollipops from little girls on the street to staging fake accidents for extortion, there was no shortage of tasks, updated weekly. Just now, the reward and punishment hall had sent someone to refresh the missions, and the board was already crowded with people. Excuse me, sorry, let me through, thank you, please make way. Finally squeezing his way to the front, Zhonglin saw the top pinned mission: sabotage the Dao Sect Grand Competition. Mission: sabotage the Dao Sect Grand Competition. Age requirement: minimum 8 years old, no maximum limit. Cultivation requirement: cave-dwelling realm cultivators and above. Mission objective: as the title suggests, any member of the demonic cult may sabotage the Dao Sect Grand Competition. Methods include inflating prices around the event to spread panic, flirting with famous sect fairies to disturb their Dao hearts, or even cuckolding immortal Dao couples in front of them to provoke helpless rage. Reward varies based on the degree of sabotage achieved. Team requirement: no limit, but a team of 2 or more is recommended for better coordination. This is the one. Zhonglin was ecstatic. According to the system, senior sister Lin would have several bloody battles during this competition, leading her to see through worldly desires and break her mental shackles, only to end up hating the demonic cult. By taking this mission, he could get close to her and personally resolve her inner turmoil before it twisted her heart. As for how to resolve it, Zhonglin already had countless ideas, all of which seemed highly feasible. Without delay, he rushed to the reward and punishment hall. "Little brother Zhang, what's the matter? You seem in such a hurry." The receptionist was Feng Ryuo, a female elder who had already reached the first floor of the nascent soul realm. With her lovely face and enviable figure, countless mission takers flocked to her counter. After all, enjoying the mountain scenery was always a pleasant bonus. "Sister Feng, I want to take the Sabotage the Dao Sect Grand Competition mission." "Oh? Didn't you just return from the Dragon Gates Act? Shouldn't you rest? Your recent achievements should keep Twin Peaks funded for at least 4 years." "Well, it's a long story, but please don't tell my naive master about the stolen dragon vein." "No problem, but you owe me a favor now. I'll bring you an ice cream cake next time." "Perfect. It's a deal." Feng Ryuo clapped her hands and handed Zhonglin an application form. "Fill this out, and you're set. By the way, where's your teammate? Didn't they come with you?" "Teammate? I'm going alone." "That won't do. Sabotaging the Dao Sect Grand Competition is high risk. You need a partner to proceed." "But the mission board says it's only recommended." "The rules just changed. The board will be updated soon. Without a teammate, even if it's you asking, I can't bend the rules. It's for your own good, little Zhonglin." Zhonglin felt a wave of despair. The competition was less than 10 days away. Where could he find a reliable partner? After all, a terrible ally was far worse than a godly opponent. Should he bring his master, Zhang Yuni? No, no. Before her personality changed, she might have agreed. But now, even if he jaywalked, she'd pout and scold him. Just as Zhonglin considered posting a team request on the board, a man suddenly approached. "I want to take the Sabotage the Dao Sect Grand Competition mission." The man's voice was slightly hoarse, and for some reason, Zhonglin sensed something off about him. Turning to look, Zhonglin's eyes lit up the moment he saw the man's face. He knew him. Or rather, almost everyone in the Sun and Moon cult knew him. In this world, cultivators fell into many categories, but 3 main types stood out. The first included Confucian, Taoist, and Buddhist cultivators, alongside other schools like the militarists, legalists, and agriculturists. Collectively known as the 100 Schools. The second type was sword cultivators. The deadliest, most decisive, and most demanding in terms of talent. The third type was martial artists. Though called cultivators, they weren't truly cultivators in the traditional sense but rather pure martial artists who focused solely on physical refinement. Of course, there were also battle mages who trained both body and spells, but most achieved limited success due to the inherent conflict between martial chi and spiritual energy. At higher levels, one usually had to choose a path. Cultivators had 15 realms in total: lower 5 realms, copper skin, grassroots, willow tendons, bone chi, hut building. Middle 5 realms, cave dwelling, ocean viewing, dragon gate, golden core, nascent soul, earth immortal. Upper 5 realms, jade uncarved, immortal, ascension, plus 2 lost realms. Martial artists had 10 known realms, with an 11th rumored to exist in legend: body refinement 3 realms, mud embryo, wood fetus, quicksilver. Chi refinement 3 realms, heroic, majestic spirit, martial core. Spirit refinement 3 realms, golden body, far roaming, mountain peak. 10th realm, termination, divided into 3 layers. And this man? Chen Jia. A martial fanatic under 20 years old, yet already a 6th realm genius among pure martial artists. He was infamous for trading blows with anyone, and rumors even claimed he liked wrestling bears shirtless in winter. A true battle maniac. But what truly made Chen Jia famous wasn't just his insane martial talent. It was his strikingly delicate appearance. Flower-like features, snow-white skin, willow-thin brows, jade-carved bones. Lips red without rouge, brows dark without ink. One glance could topple cities, a second could ruin nations. Too bad. He was a man. And utterly despised being called feminine. Once, a cult brother slipped up and called him girly. He spent 5 months bedridden. Zhonglin had once wondered if Chen Jia was a woman in disguise, but after seeing his flat chest and witnessing him beat a bear to death barehanded, that thought vanished forever. Little Chen. Young master. You're also joining the sabotage mission? Feng Ryuo's lips parted slightly, as if she'd just bitten into a hot dog. What, got a problem? No, but. What about your family elders? I'll handle them. Just process my application. Do you have a teammate? Teammate? Yes. The rules were updated. You need a team of 2. Chen Jia's willow-thin brows furrowed, looking damnably sweet. I don't have one, and I don't need one. No. You do. The moment Chen Jia finished speaking, Zhonglin flicked the bangs from his forehead. Young master. I am Zhonglin, both the first and last disciple of Twin Peaks. If this broad-shouldered, iron-fisted, bear-slaying hero doesn't mind, would you team up with me? You? That's right, it's me. Zhonglin straightened his posture, his heart pounding with the thrill of a fresh con. Chapter 4, No Emotions. Zhonglin had made up his mind. To make it to the sect competition on time, he could trick Chen Jia into becoming his teammate. Although this delicate and pretty girl. Ahem. This delicate-looking man enjoyed wrestling bears in winter and frequently exchanged life-threatening punches with others. But leaving aside his formidable combat strength, the guy only had martial arts in his head. Simple and straightforward. If any misunderstandings arose later, Zhonglin could easily persuade him. On major issues, there shouldn't be too many problems. I refuse. Huh? I'm a lone wolf. No emotions. No teammates. Chen Jia turned his small head away. If he didn't speak, this adorably petulant look of his could make people want to ruffle him bald. Even better. Zhonglin clapped his hands in delight. Better? How is this better? Chen Jia looked at Zhonglin with silk-like eyes as if he were an idiot. To be honest, fellow cultivator, I have my own plans for this sect competition too. I wasn't keen on teaming up either. Since you also prefer acting alone, how about we form a team in name only while operating independently? What does this rugged, broad-shouldered, thoroughly masculine man think of that? Masculine? Chen Jia pointed his slender fingers at himself, his adorably naive expression almost too cute. Pity he was male. Yes. Broad-shouldered? Yes. A tough guy? Yes. Don't you think I'm effeminate? Ha. If you're effeminate, fellow cultivator, then wouldn't that make me, Zhonglin, less than effeminate? Are you insulting me, Chen Jia? If you're unwilling to team up, forget it. With a sweep of his sleeve, Zhonglin turned to leave. Wait. Wait. Chen Jia grabbed the hem of Zhonglin's robe, lowering his delicate head as his long eyelashes fluttered like snow brushes. His fair cheeks flushed pink, and his autumn water eyes practically challenged Zhonglin's sanity. That's not what I meant. Sorry. Let's team up. When Chen Jia raised his eyes again, Zhonglin's nose quietly started bleeding. I'm dead. Master, I've accepted a mission and need to leave now. Take care of yourself, and remember not to fight the black bear demon for honey again. Remember to air out the quilts. You can also take out those books in my room to sun them when you have time. Don't just eat meat. Have more vegetables for balanced nutrition. Nuu. Little Linlin, don't go. You just came back, stay a few more days. Master hasn't slept with little Linlin yet. At the Twin Peaks' dilapidated little attic, Zhonglin carried a small bundle while trying to pry off his master who clung tightly to him, but her grip was unshakable. Master. Be good. I'll bring you candy hawthorns when I return. No. I'll make you mousse cake when I'm back. No. I just want little Lin. Master, look. A shooting star. Eh? Where? The moment Zhang Yuni let her guard down, Zhonglin broke free from her slender arms, conjured a spirit energy horse, and galloped away in one smooth motion. You lied to Master. Master doesn't like little Linlin as much now. Zhang Yuni shouted after the departing Zhonglin. Listening to the soft cries from Twin Peaks, Zhonglin wiped his face. Nearby, other demonic cult cultivators from surrounding peaks raised their heads knowingly. It was just that master-disciple pair's enviable farewell antics again that made people want to burn them with jealousy. Alright, stop shouting. You sound like a resentful wife. Aren't you embarrassed? Right after Zhonglin left, an elegant, beautiful woman arrived at Twin Peaks. Embarrassed? Zhang Yuni's figure gradually transformed from a 150 centimeters tall petite form into a 170 centimeters tall senior-like presence. A bewitching smile appeared on her lips as her once dull eyes turned regally cold. She loosened her hair bun. Her black eyes, cherry pink lips, and graceful figure became increasingly visible under the slightly small robe. Her long hair fluttered in the wind. This subordinate pays respects to the cult master. Feng Ryuo smiled and curtsied. Zhang Yuni, master of Twin Peaks, also known as Zhang Yuni, was the most powerful hidden leader of the Sun Moon cult. A once-in-a-millennium genius who inherited the cult master position at 20, reached the third level of nascent soul realm by 30, just one step away from the Jade Purity realm. Unfortunately, she'd made no breakthroughs in 20 years since, so she secluded herself at Twin Peaks to focus on cultivation, leaving cult affairs to others. Only a handful knew her true identity. Is the cult master planning to follow Zhang Lin again this time? Every time Zhang Lin went down the mountain, this beautiful cult master would secretly follow, fearing something might happen to him. Except last time when she was in seclusion and didn't know he'd gone to Dragon Gate sect. Last time because of closed-door cultivation, I only learned after little Jianglin returned that he went to Dragon Gate sect. He even claimed those 4 dragon veins were found. Humphrey. Definitely stolen from Dragon Gate sect. Now that Lin Qingwen from Dragon Gate has suffered damage to her Dao heart, I suspect little Lin is involved. Dragon Gate sect will surely send Lin Qingwen to the sect competition to temper her Dao heart, and now little Lin is taking missions. Definitely for that Lin Qingwen. Because he's so kind-hearted, he must feel guilty and want to make amends. What if they develop feelings through these interactions? If I don't act now, my little Lin will be stolen by that vixen. Feng Ryuo sighed softly. What does the cult master plan to do this time? Zhang Yuni smiled enchantingly, spun around, and in a flutter of skirts, transformed into an adorable little girl about 10 years old. Fellow Taoist Zhang, why do you seem in such a hurry? At the demonic cult's entrance, Chen Jia asked in surprise upon seeing Zhang Lin galloping as if fleeing with his sister-in-law. It's a long story. Remembering how his master had hugged him tearfully and the image of her left alone at Twin Peaks like an empty nester, Zhang Lin felt guilty. After this mission, he'd spend more time with his master. It's getting late, Brother Chen. Let's set off now. Alright. Since pure martial artists couldn't ride the wind until reaching the 7th realm, Zhang Lin wanted to pull him onto his spirit energy horse to travel together. But Chen Jia adamantly refused, insisting on physical training. So Zhang Lin flew in the sky while Chen Jia ran on the ground. By evening on the 5th day, they reached a cave 1,000 miles from Black Tortoise Mountain, where the sect competition would be held, planning to enter the mountain at dawn. Just as they were grilling fish, a little girl's crying came from outside the cave. Chapter 5, Scam? Boom. A thunderous impact echoed through the mountain forest as several giant black and white wolves resembling huskies collapsed, kicking up clouds of dust. Watching the domineering, yet delicate, figure ahead, Zhang Lin clicked his tongue in admiration. As expected of a 6th realm pure martial artist, that single punch carried overwhelming force. One could only say it was fortunate Chen Jia was a man. If those petite fists were to strike someone's chest, wouldn't they cough up liters of blood? Little girl, are you alright? Crouching down, Chen Jia looked at the stunned girl who seemed on the verge of tears but was too terrified to cry. Earlier, upon hearing the girl's cries for help, Zhang Lin and Chen Jia had rushed to the rescue without hesitation. But seeing Chen Jia's gentle demeanor now, Zhang Lin couldn't help but snap back to reality. Something's off. Aren't you from the demonic cult? How are you more righteous than actual righteous cultivators? What's your name? Gently smoothing the little girl's silky hair, Chen Jia spoke in a deep baritone voice that contrasted beautifully with his exquisite features. And Nan Xiamen. The girl gradually calmed down, though her large, dewy eyes still looked ready to burst into tears at any moment. Under the moonlight, Zhang Lin studied the girl carefully. Though her tattered clothes were covered in dust and her hair disheveled, the girl was undeniably adorable, with large sparkling eyes and delicate, if slightly thin, facial features. Dressed in gothic Lolita attire, she'd definitely become the target of suspicious uncles offering candy on the streets. He was certain he'd never seen this girl before, yet why did she feel so familiar? Little girl, where's your home? Crouching down, Zhang Lin forced a fatherly smile. Xiamen has no home. The girl hung her head, fidgeting with her fingers. What about your parents? Xiamen's parents are. As she spoke, the girl seemed on the verge of sobbing. Hey! Zhang Lin. What are you doing? Seeing the girl about to cry, Chen Jia angrily raised his fist threateningly toward Zhang Lin. Brother Chen, wait a moment. Gently lowering Chen Jia's petite fist and pulling him aside, Zhang Lin whispered, how does Brother Chen plan to handle this child? Handle her? Naturally we'll take her with us. She's all alone, we can't just abandon her. Zhang Lin's eyebrow twitched. Brother Chen, we're villains. Members of the demonic cult. I think we should. Zhang Lin raised his eyebrows meaningfully. Zhang Lin. Suddenly, Chen Jia stepped back into a combat stance. If you dare touch her, I'll flatten your chest with my fists. Wait, Brother Chen, you misunderstand. I merely meant that as someone solely devoted to martial arts, your ability to read people might be lacking. Consider this, why would we encounter a lone girl in these wild mountains? How could such a delicate girl survive until we arrived? And conveniently she's an orphan with no home? You're saying. Chen Jia also sensed something amiss but couldn't pinpoint it. I suspect this girl might be from the demonic cult, the kind specialized in sabotage. Chen Jia, has Brother Zhang forgotten? We are the demonic cult members. Zhang Lin nearly cursed aloud. Since when did demonic cult members have such compassion? What I mean is, if this girl has ulterior motives, your single-minded focus on martial arts might leave you vulnerable. Let me take care of her, and when we reach the town at Black Tortoise Mountain's base, we'll find her a good family. Chen Jia stroked his chin before finally nodding. Fine, but I have one question. Ask away. Brother Zhang. You wouldn't happen to be one of those. What do they call it? Lilicons, would you? Early next morning, Zhang Lin and Chen Jia entered Black Tortoise City at the mountain's base with Nanxiamen in tow. As the subsidiary town hosting the sect competition at Black Tortoise Mountain, the city bustled with cultivators in their respective sect uniforms. Admittedly, cultivators generally had good looks, handsome men and beautiful women everywhere. Following Zhang Lin's suggestion, the trio first secured rooms at an inn before they ran out. After some instructions, Zhang Lin left Chen Jia and Xiamen at the inn while he went to replenish supplies. When he returned and produced 3 sets of women's clothing, cosmetics, and accessories from his storage ring, Chen Jia and Xiamen stared at him like he was a pervert. Ahem. Disguises are crucial when traveling. Come on, let's change quickly. Chen Jia initially resisted cross-dressing, feeling it insulted his masculinity. But after Zhang Lin's smooth talk and leading by example, applying several layers of makeup, Chen Jia felt conflicted. Perhaps he shouldn't be so hung up on minor details. And these clothes were actually quite nice. What puzzled Zhang Lin was why Chen Jia needed to change in his own room while Xiamen didn't. Why be shy? I'd love to watch. Wait. Could Chen Jia actually be a girl? With growing excitement, Zhang Lin waited outside their room. When they emerged, his eyes lit up. Simply changing clothes transformed Xiamen into an adorable, pure-looking girl from a scholarly family. Chen Jia looked even more stunning, simple hair ornaments, a flowing chiffon dress with tassels, and embroidered shoes. Though his proportions were all legs, he looked absolutely gorgeous. However, glancing at Chen Jia's completely flat chest, Zhang Lin felt complicated. I think my pecs are bigger than his. For realism, Zhang Lin handed Chen Jia 2 freshly steamed buns. I'm not hungry. Zhang Lin rolled his eyes, neither am I. Then he stuffed the buns into his own shirt. Seeing this, Chen Jia froze before his fair cheeks flushed crimson. Bam. Before Zhang Lin could react, he was punched straight out the window. After a lunch together, Zhang Lin remained suspicious of Xiamen and took her to gather information, while Chen Jia, distrusting Zhang Lin, tagged along. Walking through town, just as Zhang Lin was about to use his secret technique damn you're hot to flirt for intel. A man on the street lightly bumped into someone's shoulder, then dramatically flew 3 meters back, collapsing while spurting blood. Fuck. Is this a scam? Chapter 6 Old Buddy. Watching the blood spurting from this guy's mouth and then seeing him try to get up from the ground but with no strength at all, Zhang Lin secretly admired him. He really wanted to go up and sing a song to him. This was definitely practiced acting. Taking a closer look, Zhang Lin realized he actually knew both of these guys. The person faking injury was named Feng Kek, a member of the Sun Moon cult. He had been caught stealing a belly band in the women's bathhouse of the Sun Moon cult, and afterward, the two of them split the earnings 50-50. They sold quite a few belly bands and became business partners. The other was an inner disciple of the Dragon Gate sect named Qin Zhao, at the Ocean Viewing Realm, middle 5th level. He knew a bit about medicine and secretly liked a junior sister in the sect. Actually, that junior sister also had feelings for him. However, one time, the junior sister had a stomachache and asked him to diagnose it. The senior brother just glanced at her and said, "Drink more hot water," then went back to practicing his sword technique. After that, the junior sister never approached Qin Zhao again. The next month, that junior sister announced she had a Dao partner. Qin Zhao cried for a very long time and kept asking Zhang Lin to drink with him. Watching the two of them, Zhang Lin's brow twitched. Can you say the world is just full of coincidences? They both just happened to run into me. Back at the scene, not only were the street vendors stunned, even Qin Zhao, who was walking calmly on the road, was completely dumbfounded about what had just happened. He was walking fine, And then suddenly someone collided with him, and that someone even spat blood flying far away. What on earth was going on? You. Cough cough cough. Finally, Fang Kek struggled to stand, pale-faced, wiping the corner of his mouth. Just as he was about to speak, Fang Kek's body leaned forward, his cheek puffed, and with a PFFT, more blood shot out again. He collapsed straight down. Brother. What's wrong with you, brother? As Fang Kek fell, a woman dressed in a shabby hemp robe, patched and sewn, rushed over and tightly hugged her brother, tears dripping down. You. Why? My brother has no grudge against you, why would you do such a cruel thing to him? Is there no humanity left? Isn't there law in Black Tortoise City? Brother. What about sister-in-law? What about your child with sister-in-law? The housing prices are so high now, the loan from the bank hasn't been paid off yet, brother. The woman's crying echoed through the alley, drawing a crowd of onlookers clutching snacks. Ken Zhao still looked baffled, even questioning life itself. In broad daylight. How dare someone commit assault on the street? Seeing the scene, Chen Jia suddenly lost patience and wanted to step forward to seek justice for the man spitting blood, but Zhang Lin grabbed his wrist. Brother Zhang, why are you stopping me? Zhang Lin looked helpless. Brother Chen, we are members of the demonic cult. So what? Chen Ji looked at Zhang Lin with innocent eyes, as if saying, so what if we are demonic cult members? Zhang Lin suspected Chen Jia might have joined the wrong sect. Brother Chen, don't worry. That man is perfectly fine, and he's on our side. He was the one faking injury. Faking injury? What does that mean? Well, it's a bit hard to explain. Zhang Lin glanced at Qin Zhao, who was surrounded by the crowd. Seeing his sect uniform, Zhang Lin was very familiar with it. That was the inner disciple uniform of the Dragon Gate sect. Since Dragon Gate sect appeared here, that meant Lin Qingwen had already arrived in Black Tortoise City. This guy might be his breakthrough point. Anyway, leave this matter to me. Brother Chen, you and Zhao Man stay here and don't wander around. I'll go buy some oranges for you. Oranges? I don't like oranges. Chen Jia wanted to ask more, but Zhang Lin's back was already walking ahead, and Chen Jia felt there was a kind of determination and resolve in Zhang Lin's figure. The street chatter grew louder. Ken Zhao went to check Fang Kek's injuries. The moment his hand touched Fang Kek, the latter suddenly woke up like a last flare of life. Bro! The woman exclaimed joyfully. The fake injury man waved his hand and struggled to stand, wiping the blood from his mouth. Brother, I have no grudges with you. Why did you beat me so hard? You even broke my fundamental path. Just now, you wanted to secretly kill me to silence me. Qin Zhao? Forget it, forget it. I don't expect to reach the Nasan Soul Realm in this life anyway. I already have a reclusive mind. Just give me 99 mid-grade spirit stones to treat my wounds and forget all past grudges. What do you say, brother? Cough. Cough cough. As he spoke, Fang Kek coughed again, spraying blood on the ground. Bro. The woman cried again, not even 99 mid-grade spirit stones? Is this how the so-called righteous Dragon Gate sect acts? You guys. The sword-bearing man was utterly desperate, both angry and anxious, almost wanting to vent his powerless rage. Although 99 mid-grade spirit stones wasn't a large sum, as an inner disciple of the Dragon Gate sect, he could afford it. He just didn't want to give it. Because from the moment the man asked for money, he recalled a junior brother back at the sect who had explained the concept of faking injury. Unexpectedly, that junior brother betrayed the Dragon Gate sect and died under Sister Lin's sword. Since that day, Sister Lin never said another word. I have a pill that can cure all illnesses and heal all wounds. Please don't despise it, brother. Just as the sword-bearing man's face turned red with anger, a woman gracefully approached. Her skirt floated lightly, her makeup subtle. Just one glance made Qin Zhao's face flush even deeper. Miss. They are faking injury. I must take them to the law enforcement team. No need for you to pay. Oh, faking injury means scamming. Seeing the refined young lady coming forward, Qin Zhao hurried to say. Law enforcement team? Haha. My brother is seriously injured and needs to seek justice from the law enforcement team. The next moment, the woman patted Fang Kek's back, and Fang Kek coughed out a mouthful of old blood, his face truly pale. You actually faked injuries. Qin Zhao's face turned pale and blue repeatedly, so angry he almost drew his sword. But the young lady's big palm gently pressed Qin Zhao's hand back, shaking her head and continuing forward, taking out a pill. Just one pill to brush me off? I tell you, I'm jumping down from here. Even if I starve to death, I still. This pill is called the leg stretching, eye-staring pill. Before Fang Kek could finish, the woman smiled and interrupted, leg stretching. Eye-staring. You are Looking at the refined young lady, Fang Kekun was extremely surprised inside. Old buddy. Chapter 7 System. Me. On the street, the two parties stared at each other, exchanging glances that seemed to say, "What are you looking at? And what if I am?" The atmosphere fell into an awkward silence. Brother Zhang. This is a great deal. You're a smart man, surely. Brother Zhang must have another plan? Mid-Fifth Realm cultivators could communicate through Heart Lake transmission. Fang Kekun looked at Zhang Lin with confusion. How had this former partner in crime who once stole and sold undergarments with him suddenly turned into a good Samaritan? Zhang Lin replied via Heart Lake transmission, "Brother Fang, you don't understand. I came here for the Disrupt Sect competition mission with grand ambitions. This person is my stepping stone. I need to help him first." Grand ambitions? Fang Kekun examined Zhang Lin's female disguise more carefully. In his initial shock, he hadn't paid much attention, but now that he looked closely, there was a certain charm to it. Suddenly, Fang Kekun understood. Brother Zhang must have come to Black Tortoise City specifically to disrupt the sect competition. By disguising himself as a woman to infiltrate Dragon Gate sect, he could use his charms to sow discord between fellow disciples, even making them draw swords against each other for the fair maiden's sake, thereby destroying their Dao hearts. Fang Kekun sighed inwardly and transmitted, "Truly worthy of Brother Zhang. Such meticulous planning. While I could only think of this faking injury scam. I'm truly ashamed." No, Zhang Lin responded. "I merely mentioned faking injury scam to you in passing before, Brother Fang. But I never expected you to master it so perfectly. I'm genuinely impressed. However, this time I need you to cooperate with me a little. If Brother Zhang asks, how could I refuse? Though about that undergarment profit split in the future. I'll take 40%, you get 60%. Ha ha ha. Since Brother Zhang puts it that way, consider this matter settled." As the two men stared at each other intensely, Fang Kekun suddenly waved his sleeves dramatically, "Little sister. Let's go." Huh? But brother. No buts. Out of respect for Zhang. I mean this young lady, we're leaving. Without another word, Fang Kekun strode away, his confused younger sister trailing behind despite her bewilderment. The onlookers had no idea what just happened. Qin Zhao could only guess that the young lady must have communicated something privately to the man, though he didn't know what. Regardless, she had genuinely helped him. This was a kindness. "Young lady, I am Qin Zhao of Dragon Gate Sect. I sincerely thank you for your assistance." As the crowd dispersed, Qin Zhao bowed respectfully. "If you don't mind, I'd like to invite you for tea to express my gratitude." Zhang Lin widened his beautiful eyes in exaggerated surprise. "Qin Zhao? Dragon Gate Sect? Could you be the elder brother Qin that my brother often mentions?" "Your brother is." "Ah. My elder brother." Zhang Lin. In a tea house by the window, the cross-dressed Zhang Lin sat across from Qin Zhao, while Chen Jia and Nancy Iman had returned to the inn under Zhang Lin's instructions. "Ah. I never expected that you, Miss Zhang, would be." Sigh. What a pity. What a tragedy. Hearing that this girl named Zhang Xin was Zhang Lin's sister, Qin Zhao's eyes grew moist. Though he'd only known Zhang Lin for less than a year, their memories together, catching wild rabbits, discussing swordsmanship, playing flying chess, even admiring the moon atop the female cultivator's dormitory, remained vivid. It could be said that Zhang Lin had single-handedly enlivened Dragon Gate Sect's atmosphere in that short year. Yet who could have imagined Zhang Lin was actually from the demonic cult? After stealing the dragon vein, he met his tragic end beneath senior sister Lin's sword. Listening to Qin Zhao's sighs, Zhang Xin wiped away tears with a sorrowful voice. "Though my brother belonged to the demonic cult, he truly loved Dragon Gate Sect. He was simply too deep in the game to turn back. Stealing the dragon vein was his sex order. I believe his heart was torn. And to die by Fairy Lin's sword. I think that was his deepest wish." As he spoke, Zhang Lin's tears fell drip by drip, while Qin Zhao also lowered his head to wipe his eyes. Just as Qin Zhao looked up to comfort the girl, an ethereal woman appeared silently behind Zhang Xin. The girl wore a long cyan gauze dress, her jet black hair coiled up in a bun before cascading like black silk down to her waist. Her exquisite face needed no makeup, remaining flawlessly beautiful, her delicate curves as charming as a meandering stream. And now, this woman's eyes were slightly red. "Senior Sister Lin." Qin Zhao immediately stood up to bow. Meanwhile, Zhang Lin, who had been using onion juice on his sleeves to fake tears, was shocked. "Holy shit. I was so into my acting I didn't even notice Senior Sister Lin arriving. Fairy Lin, this lowly one is Zhang Xin." Zhang Lin stood and bowed respectfully with reddened eyes. "You're Zhang Lin's sister?" Lin Qingwen looked at Zhang Lin, her eyes already moist. "Yes. I killed your brother. A life for a life, kill me." Lin Qingwen offered her sword calmly. In her eyes, Zhang Lin saw profound sorrow, regret, and despair toward the world. Taking the sword and looking at Lin Qingwen's fair neck, Zhang Lin shook his head and dropped the weapon. From his sleeve, he produced a prepared letter. Fairy Lin, as I said earlier, my brother's death by your sword was his wish. But if Fairy Lin's Dao heart shatters because of him, cutting off your path to the great Dao, that would be his greatest sorrow. Please read this letter he entrusted me to deliver to you. Seeing the letter, the normally aloof Lin Qingwen's eyes wavered as if she might burst into tears at any moment. She slowly opened the envelope to reveal familiar handwriting. Senior Sister Lin, by the time you read this, I'll likely be gone. But please don't grieve, don't resent the demonic cult, don't resent anything in this world. Senior Sister, you're the most beautiful and kindest girl I've ever met. If there's a next life, I'll definitely be your junior again. Senior Sister, do you know? My favorite memory is watching you teach me swordsmanship. Sadly, in this life, Zhang Lin cannot ascend with you. But please, live well for both of us. Zhang Lin's final words, Zhang Lin. Zhang Lin. Zhang Lin. Clutching the letter to her chest, the girl sat like a blossoming lotus on the floor, her heartbreaking sobs shattering her peerless beauty. Please, Fairy Lin, strive forward with my brother's share. Seeing how deeply she grieved for him moved Zhang Lin's heart. But better a clean break than prolonged agony, better to become strangers than have her storm the demonic cult to scatter his ashes. Just as Zhang Lin prepared to leave, the system's voice suddenly rang out, detected host toying with protagonist Lin Qingwen's emotions. Notoriety plus 1000. Hidden mission 1 step further triggered, hidden mission, 1 step further, remove your female disguise, laugh at Lin Qingwen and shout I was just fooling you, you silly girl. Admit your Zhang Lin and viciously insult Lin Qingwen, humiliating her while taking advantage, host must choose. If no selection in 3 seconds, system will enforce one option. 3, 2, 1, system. Go fuck yourself, vulgar language. Chapter 8, it's just sand in my eyes. The second option. I choose the second option. At the very last second, Zhang Lin hastily made his choice, otherwise who knows what ridiculous thing this system's forced control might make him do. Taking a deep breath, Zhang Lin stopped in his tracks and abruptly turned around, shouting loudly, Fairy Lin. Please stop crying. I am Zhang Lin. The sudden feminine shout made all the spectators in the tea house pause their activities. Ken Zhao made a questioning sound as he looked toward Zhang Lin. Lin Qingwen was also stunned. Still holding the letter and kneeling on the ground, the heartbroken expression on the girl's face kept piercing through Zhang Lin's mental defenses. Zhang. Sister, what did you just say? Zhang Lin broke out in cold sweat. I said I am Zhang Lin. And I won't forgive you for crying like this either. Sister Zhang Xin. Fairy Lin. Look at what state you're in now. Crying your eyes out here, what's there to cry about? If you want to cry, go home and cry. Cry yourself to death. My brother Zhang Lin wanted you to live happily and joyfully. To achieve the great Tao. But look at you now. How can you face my brother Zhang Lin? You jerk. Big jerk. Jerk. As he spoke, Zhang Lin covered his face with his sleeve, secretly wiping away 2 drops of onion juice, then with red eyes threw himself at Lin Qingwen, raising his small fists to pummel her chest. Sister Zhang. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I should have realized earlier. I shouldn't have made Zhang Lin worry about me even in the afterlife. I'm sorry. Lin Qingwen's tears fell drip by drip as she tightly embraced Zhang Lin in her arms. In the tea house, whether cultivators or commoners, everyone silently put down their melons and wiped their faces. Grandpa, you're crying. A little girl tugged at her grandfather's sleeve. No, it's just sand in Grandpa's eyes. He couldn't help but remember that fellow disciple from back then. Ding, admitting to being Zhang Lin, publicly humiliating Lin Qingwen, taking advantage of Lin Qingwen, congratulations host, mission complete. Reward, 1000 infamy points, 1 body tempering liquid. When infamy points reach 10,000, the villain's store will unlock with additional system upgrade rewards. Keep up the good work to become the world's ultimate boss, system. I'll fuck your mother. Even though he'd managed to fool the system and get rewards, Zhang Lin still wanted to grind the system into the dirt. Fairy Lin, I hope you focus on your cultivation. Since I've delivered the letter, I'll take my leave now. You'll surely meet better junior brothers. Zhang Lin stood up, planning to make a quick escape. But just as he rose, the tearful girl grabbed the corner of his clothes. Fairy Lin, is there something else? Lin Qingwen gently wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes, carefully folding the letter and tucking it into her bosom like a treasure. Don't call me Fairy Lin anymore. Call me sister. I see. You still don't want to. Lin Qingwen lowered her head, biting her red lips in a way that nearly gave Zhang Lin a heart attack. No. Lin. Sister Lin. MMM. Sister Zhang, you practice cultivation, don't you? Yes. Which sect? Well. Zhangzin doesn't belong to any sect. My brother would sometimes teach me some things when he visited home, so I'm just a wild cultivator. That won't do. It's dangerous for a girl to be a wild cultivator. Would Sister Zhang like to come to my Dragon Gate sect? I want to take care of you. No. I appreciate Sister Lin's kindness, but I'm used to being alone. But if Sister Zhang doesn't came to Dragon Gate sect, then I can't make up for what I did to Zhonglin. My Dao heart won't heal. I'll always feel guilty, and I'll never achieve the great Dao to put Zhonglin's spirit at rest. This is also my selfish wish, Sister Zhang. Can you agree? Then we sisters can pursue the Dao together, so that the him in our hearts will have no regrets. Can you? Lin Qingwen's soft, boneless little hands held Zhonglin's larger ones, trembling slightly with nervousness, her shimmering eyes looking like they might burst into tears any moment. I can't. Ding, system reminder, if host rejects Lin Qingwen, her Dao heart will be damaged. She will still overcome her inner demons during the upcoming sect competition, then challenge various demonic sects until she kills host multiple times and scatters her ashes, so Sister Zhang was just comforting me. You still hate me deep down, don't you? With that, Lin Qingwen began to release Zhonglin's hands. No. That's not it. Zhonglin grabbed Lin Qingwen's slender hands, real tears now falling, no onions involved this time. Sister Lin, what I meant was, of course it's possible. You're back? Yes, back. After agreeing to pack his belongings and move to the Dragon Gate Sect's residence inn, Zhonglin finally managed to extricate himself. What's wrong? You don't look well. Chen Jia poured Zhonglin a cup of tea, sitting primly across from him. Honestly, looking at Chen Jia's pure and proper appearance, if not for his completely flat chest, Zhonglin would never believe he was male. Brother Chen, there are some matters I need to handle. We'll probably have to go our separate ways. That's fine. Our team up was just for show anyway. Even if you hadn't mentioned it, I would have split up once the sect competition started. But... Chen Jia glanced at Nan Xiamen napping on the bed. I've already informed Dragon Gate sect about Xiamen. She might be able to become their disciple. Dragon Gate sect? But what if Xiamen gets bullied? I've heard those so-called righteous sects are full of scheming, backstabbing hypocrites. They're practically devils. Zhonglin rolled his eyes at Chen Jia. First, we're the demonic cult. If anyone's the devils here, it's us, though our Sun Moon cult is relatively honest. Second, Dragon Gate sect has good customs. Xiamen won't be bullied. Really? Really? Or would you rather have Xiamen follow you around challenging people to fights? She might get killed by stray fist winds before you know it. Looking at the sleeping Nan Xiamen, then at Zhonglin, though this man liked cross-dressing and did it very well, he'd been decent enough on their journey, at least a good person. In that case, let's take Xiamen there together. No. Why not? Xiamen would be most reluctant to part with you. What if you two start crying your eyes out? People might think I'm trafficking children. Besides, I heard the invincible Tyrant Fist sect has entered the city. Don't you want to go challenge them, Brother Chen? But... Chen Jia stood up, torn between wanting to go challenge fighters and not wanting to leave the girl. Don't worry, Brother Chen. I'll take good care of Xiamen. Martial artists should be decisive. Surely Brother Chen won't dither like a woman? Of course not. I'm a real man. Chen Jia frowned prettily, pouting in a way that made him even more adorable. In that case, I'll entrust Xiamen to you, Brother Zhang. I'll visit her at Dragon Gate sect later. I'll go with you when the time comes. Chen Jia nodded, removed his long skirt to reveal men's clothing underneath, not minding the heat at all, and strode out of the inn. As the door closed, Zhonglin sighed softly. Looking at the cute little girl sleeping on the bed, he suddenly shouted, Master, the ice cream cake is ready. Ice cream cake? Where? Chapter 9, let that silly girl in so, Master, have you realized your mistake yet? Inside the inn, Zhonglin rested his chin on his hand as he looked at the woman who had already reverted to her original form after sneaking away from home. Zhang Yuni sat obediently across from Zhonglin, her eyes glistening with unshed tears, looking exactly like a little girl who'd been caught misbehaving. Though his master was decades older than him, Zhonglin always felt she remained an eternal child who needed his care. Still not admitting your mistake? Fine, then I won't return to Twin Peaks for an entire year. With that declaration, Zhonglin decisively stood up and turned to leave. Don't go. Little Linlin, don't abandon your master, don't refuse to come home, don't stop talking to me. I was wrong, I really was wrong. Zhang Yuni knelt sideways on the floor, clinging to Zhonglin's leg while sniffling adorably. Her tearful expression made Zhonglin sigh helplessly. Helping his master up, He gently wiped away her tears and snot. Zhang Yuni sat with her hands properly placed on her well-proportioned thighs, the picture of wronged innocence like a hamster robbed of its chestnuts. It was hard to believe this woman had once been a mighty 10th-level nascent soul cultivator of the threefold tower. Learned your lesson? Zhang Lin patted his master's head, amused by her futile attempts to suppress her sniffles. Master. Master knows. Knows she was wrong. What exactly were you wrong about? Master. Master shouldn't have disguised herself to trick little Lin. Zhang Lin lightly rapped his master's head. Is that really it? Clutching her head with both hands, Zhang Yuni's pitiful expression forced Zhang Lin to look away before his heart completely melted. Then Master shouldn't have left home without permission. Should have waited for little Lin to return. Good, as long as you understand. Kneeling before Zhang Yuni, Zhang Lin maintained a stern facade despite the warmth in his heart. He knew his master had followed him out of concern. In this world, she was probably the only one who genuinely cared for him. To Zhang Lin, Zhang Yuni wasn't just his master, but family. Precisely because of this, he feared something might happen to her. Within the Sun Moon cult, things were fine, the simple folk there posed no threat, especially with Sister Feng Ryuo keeping an eye on her. But outside was different. Add to that his master's stunning beauty, perfect figure, and naive nature. If someone tried to take advantage of her, Zhang Lin didn't know what he might do. Master needs to return immediately. I'll send a letter to Sister Feng Ryuo in 3 days. If you're not home by then, I'll be truly angry. But I'm worried about you, little Lin. Master needn't worry, I can take care of myself. It's you wandering outside that concerns me. After some thought, Zhang Lin said, forget it, I'll put the Dragon Gate sect matters aside and escort you back personally. He figured he could use gathering belongings from his old home as an excuse, then return to Black Tortoise City to meet up with Lin Qingwen later. No need. Master will return on time. Master isn't a child. Little Lin should focus on his own affairs. Master doesn't want to be a burden. Are you sure? Zhang Lin remained uneasy. Master is plenty strong too. Rolling up her sleeve, Zhang Yuni displayed her pale, delicate arm as if demonstrating muscles. Alright then. Zhang Lin cast a tracking spell on Zhang Yuni so he could monitor her location at all times. He knew he was probably overreacting, even though his master's cultivation had regressed, she was still a first-level nascent soul cultivator. The chances of anything happening during her journey home were minuscule. Master, I'm sorry. I need to stay here longer, but I'll return the moment my business concludes. Master will wait for little Lin. Before Zhang Lin could react, Zhang Yuni planted a kiss on his cheek, then blushed crimson and flew out the window on her sword. Touching his cheek as he watched his master disappear into the distance, Zhang Lin shook his head with a smile. He wouldn't wash that spot today. Above Black Tortoise City, cultivators flew about on various errands, some giving rides to female companions, others traveling between destinations, and still others peddling exotic wares. In the city's outskirts, Zhang Yuni landed her sword in a secluded area. With a delicate finger motion, she removed the tracking spell Zhang Lin had placed on her and transferred it to an ordinary messenger sword. A light tap sent the sword streaking toward the Sun Moon cult. Little Lin is still such a child, so easily fooled by women. Remembering Zhang Lin's pretend sternness and comforting gestures at the inn, the woman covered her mouth in amusement. Zhang Yuni had anticipated her disguise might be discovered, just not so quickly. No matter, she'd prepared backup plans. Besides, being found out so fast just proved how much little Lin cared about her, didn't it? The thought made her blossom into a radiant smile. Chanting an incantation, her petite frame under 150 centimeters suddenly grew 20 centimeters taller. Slender legs stretched elegantly beneath her as her hair cascaded like a waterfall down her back. Her curves became even more pronounced against her now slightly tight dress. Her formerly round, youthful face gained elegant definition, and her eyes took on a natural, mesmerizing allure, the very embodiment of innate charm. Mounting her sword again, Zhang Yuni flew toward the City Lord's Manor at Black Tortoise City's center. Black Tortoise City Lord's Manor. Let that silly girl in. Just as the guards moved to intercept, a woman's voice resonated in everyone's minds, and the protective formations opened. What a rare guest. In the manor's rear garden, a woman playing with a cat using a teaser toy slowly stood up. My, after all these years, I never imagined our cult master would still be a virgin. The woman smiled gently at the elegant beauty before her. Every Sun Moon cult master practices the dual Sun Moon cultivation art, correct? Without dual cultivation, one's path would be severely restricted, unable to break into the upper 5 realms. No matter how talented our cult master is, she couldn't surpass the 3rd level of nascent soul at most. Or perhaps no man has ever caught our cult master's jade-like gaze? You talk too much. Jong Yuni's cool glance sent the experienced Black Tortoise City Lord's heart racing. If even she reacted this way, imagine what effect it would have on men. Sweeping her skirt aside, Jong Yuni elegantly crossed her long, jade-like legs on a flower-woven swing. To be brief, I'm participating in this sect competition. Chapter 10. What do you know? Walking down the street, Jong Lin felt deeply melancholy. How could he make Senior Sister Lin completely let go of her feelings? Did he really have to cultivate together with Senior Sister Lin and ascend together? What a joke, he was a member of the demonic cult. Moreover, entering Dragon Gate sect required bone structure tests that would immediately reveal his gender and cultivation level. Wasn't that just asking for death? No. He had to think of a solution, otherwise his disguise would be exposed sooner or later. But during this sect competition period, he needed to stabilize Senior Sister Lin first. Having set a small goal, Jong Lin adjusted the large bun stuffed in his chest and headed toward the inn where Dragon Gate sect was staying. Upon arrival, Dragon Gate sect held a welcome ceremony for Jong Lin, unfurling a huge banner that read "Welcome Junior Sister Jong Xin." Many familiar-looking male disciples immediately offered to carry his luggage. Even more were the female disciples who had entered the sect at the same time. Their eyes sparkled when seeing this junior sister, eagerly holding Jong Lin's hands to express concern. Though reluctant, Jong Lin let these girls hold his hands, even taking the opportunity to cop a few feels. Then came the initial interview with Dragon Gate sect's supervising elder, just a formality to meet face to face. With that, the entire welcoming ceremony concluded as evening fell. The moment Jong Lin stepped out from the elder's room, countless senior brothers swarmed around him. Junior Sister Jong Xin, there's a lantern festival in Black Tortoise City tonight, would you like to go together? Junior Sister, I'm quite skilled at composing poetry. Junior Sister, I deeply regret what happened to your brother. As his sworn friend, I'll definitely take good care of you. All of you, return to your cultivation. If I see any of you hovering around my sister again, expect sect punishment. Just as Jong Lin considered kicking these shameless guys away, Lin Qingwen approached with her sword. Senior Sister Lin. Without thinking, Jong Lin threw himself into her warm embrace. Don't worry, these people might be lecherous, but they're good at heart. Gently holding Jong Lin, who stood a head taller than her, Lin Qingwen patted his shoulder. What? Still not leaving? Lin Qingwen glared at the junior brothers, making them all shudder before scrambling away. It's all right now. Don't worry, you're mine and Jong Lin's younger sister. I won't let anyone bully you. Pinching Jong Lin's cheeks gently, Lin Qingwen smiled sweetly, appearing infinitely more charming and cute compared to her usual stern demeanor. Thank you Senior Sister Lin. Jong Xin will return to her room now. Feeling that every extra second with Lin Qingwen increased his risk of exposure, Jong Lin wanted to escape quickly and also check how to use those two body-tempering liquids. Wait. Just as Jong Lin turned, Lin Qingwen grabbed his hand. Does Senior Sister Lin need anything else? Looking directly into Lin Qingwen's eyes, Jong Lin's heart raced wildly. Had Senior Sister noticed something? That. Sister Jong. Tonight. Could you sleep with me? Huh? Night fell as moonlight slowly spilled through the window, summer's cool breeze gently fluttering the curtains. In a guest room at Black Tortoise City's Lord residence, a coldly beautiful woman with long hair lay sideways on the bed, tightly hugging a meter-long body pillow imprinted with a man's portrait while rolling around. Her fair cheeks rubbed constantly against the pillow as she murmured, "Little Lin Lin." Suddenly, footsteps approached the door. The woman swiftly stuffed the pillow under her blanket. By the time the door opened, she was already seated properly on a chair, elegantly holding a teacup. Does the City Lord of Black Tortoise not understand basic etiquette like knocking before entering? Raising her cat-like alluring eyes, Jong Yuni looked at the woman who entered, Black Tortoise City's Lord, Luo Qianchang. Luo Qianchang rolled her eyes at the coquettish woman before sitting beside Jong Yuni unceremoniously, snatching her teacup to drain it in one gulp. I've been busy since noon, for whose sake? And you're treating me this coldly? Nobody forced you. Jong Yuni turned her head away proudly. But thank you. Yuni, what did you just say? Though spoken softly, Luo Qianchang seemed to have heard something incredible. This Sun Moon cult leader, the epitome of tsundere and aloofness, actually thanking someone voluntarily. I said. Thank you. Jong Yuni's voice remained tiny, but Luo Qianchang, who had pressed her ear close, heard it clearly this time. She really was thanking her. Staring in amazement at this cold beauty, the faint blush on her cheeks was unbearably adorable. Ah. I'm dead. So Yuni has this cute side too. Luo Qianchang happily hugged Jong Yuni, rubbing cheeks excitedly. Alright, let go. Luo Qianchang, don't push your luck. Jong Yuni shoved away the clingy Luo Qianchang. Giggle. Fine, I've gotten my fill today. Awoken Chang smoothed her skirt and sat properly. Here, your identification token for the Taoist sect competition. But Uni, you're being too overprotective. Zhonglin's almost 18, not a child anymore. And reaching cave mansion realm peak at such a young age, what's there to worry about? Besides, the sect competition isn't some life or death battle. What do you know? Accepting the small waist token engraved with black tortoise city, Zhongyu, the woman nodded with a cute upturn of lips, carefully storing it in her robes. Seeing how this woman who hadn't smiled even when breaking through to Nascent Soul Realm was now delighted by a mere token, Awoken Chang was momentarily speechless. That little boy from back then truly was extraordinary, to have changed this woman who only knew cultivation and ignored worldly affairs. Sigh. I haven't seen little Zhonglin in so long. He must be dashingly handsome now. Not that I'm old either. Perhaps little Lin and I. Resting her chin, Awoken Chang mused aloud while reminiscing about Zhonglin as a child. Before she could finish, overwhelming killing intent filled the room. Crack. In an instant, the tea table split in half. Sweating profusely, Awoken Chang turned to see the woman's eyes narrowed to slits, her life-bound flying sword unsheathed, her beautiful face darkening as if corrupted. Now, Qin Chang. The corrupted beauty lifted Awoken Chang's chin with slender fingers, kindly smiling. Little Lin. Is mine. Chapter 11. Zhonglin's head rolls away. Who am I? Where am I? What exactly am I doing? Lying on the bed, inhaling the faint fragrance emanating from the girl beside him, Zhonglin fell into deep contemplation. That evening, when Lin Qingwen had invited Zhonglin to sleep together, though he was tempted to agree, he firmly refused. What if his true identity was exposed? Yet to his surprise, when Zhonglin entered the room, Lin Qingwen was already lying on his bed, her hair still slightly damp. Seeing him enter, this senior sister playfully stuck out her tongue. Zhonglin immediately turned to flee, but the door was shut with a flick of Lin Qingwen's sleeve, sealed with spiritual energy. At his cave mansion realm cultivation level, breaking through was impossible. And so, this became the current situation. Sister Zhongxin, doesn't sleeping in day clothes feel uncomfortable? The girl beside him whispered, her breath carrying an orchid-like fragrance that made Zhonglin wonder if she'd been chewing on orchids at night. Moonlight spilled through the window, illuminating the girl's delicate face. Her long eyelashes fluttered enchantingly like snow brushes. But Zhonglin didn't dare look. He lay frozen on the bed, mentally singing the pleasant goat theme song on loop. No need, Sister Lin. I prefer sleeping clothed. If you find it unclean, I'll just... As Zhonglin tried to rise. No, it's fine. Lin Qingwen pulled him back. Your brother once said, men are like muddy water. Filthy and turbid, while girls are like snow lotuses in an icy spring. Pleasing to behold and refreshing to drink. So I don't mind. You don't mind. But I do. Zhonglin was internally weeping. Had he really said that? Probably. Likely when counseling a senior sister who loved lilies but was too shy to admit it. How did Lin Qingwen know? And remember so clearly? Sister Lin. Can I ask you something? If my brother were to stand alive before you one day. Hypothetically. If that really happened, what would you? I'd be overjoyed. You wouldn't hate him? Why would I? Lin Qingwen's voice softened. Though he flirted with female disciples, though he spied on me bathing, though he stole the dragon vein. I don't hate him. If he truly lived, I'd help him leave the demonic cult and face sect punishment together. He'll always be my junior brother. Hearing this, Zhonglin's eyes moistened. Were it not for the system's warning that she'd storm the demonic cult to kill him repeatedly and scatter his ashes, he might have confessed immediately. The moon traversed the sky, briefly obscured by night clouds before the wind cleared them away. As the girl beside him gradually fell asleep, her breathing evening out, Zhonglin's eyelids grew heavy. Until the system's ding startled him awake. It felt like finally drifting off only for your roommate to blast TikTok videos. If not for the system's intangibility, Zhonglin would scatter at Sasha's quest. The sleeping beauty. Objective, the girl beside you sleeps. Prime opportunity for attack. Requirements, steal a kiss, 3+ minutes, to melt her icy demeanor, bite her neck, choose. Become the ultimate villain. Countdown begins. 3.2, I choose your damn mother. Zhonglin nearly lost it. Both options were terrible. Who kisses for 3 minutes without suffocating? And what was the second option? Was the system making him sell hickeys? With the countdown nearly over. Option 1. At the last second, Zhonglin chose. Gazing at the sleeping girl, he gently lifted a lock of her hair to his lips, holding it there until moonlight waxed and waned again before carefully replacing it. The lingering orchid scent clung to his senses. In the moonlight, Lin Qingwen's face seemed faintly flushed. Or was that his imagination? Ding. Quest complete. Reward, 1000 infamy points plus body tempering liquid. Keep striving. You're destined to be a villainous star. Zhonglin mentally cursed this scammy, stingy system countless times. I need to cool off. Taking deep breaths of her lingering fragrance. Though he'd only kissed her hair, Zhonglin decided to take a nighttime stroll. Sneaking up, he tucked Lin Qingwen's arm under the blanket and adjusted her covers. Biting hard into the uncomfortable buns stuffed in his chest binding, he leaped out the window. Dappled moonlight bathed the inn courtyard, illuminating the girl's delicate features as she slept. Her eyelashes fluttered slightly as she curled up like a kitten, burying half her face in the blanket. Her fair cheeks burned crimson, heart pounding so fiercely it might leap from her throat. Did you think women are so easily fooled? Big dummy. Murmuring this, she hugged the pillow he'd used to her chest, inhaling his scent as she drifted into peaceful sleep. Walking the streets, munching on cold buns in the chilly wind, Zhonglin finally calmed down. Just as he considered returning to the inn, a veiled figure dropped from the sky onto him. Before Zhonglin could react, he was certain this was a girl. As he worried this might be an immortal world scam. The girl vomited blood directly onto his face. Miss, you! Look out! Before Zhonglin finished speaking, as the girl shouted, a blade flashed behind him. Zhonglin's head rolled away. Chapter 12, I, Zhang Yida, am willing to die for you. Dark, pixelated blood spurted from the wound on Zhonglin's neck. As his pixelated head rolled to the ground, his lifeless eyes held nothing but confusion and question marks. With his death, Zhonglin, a cave mansion realm cultivator, dissipated into countless motes of spiritual energy, returning to nature. The next moment, several black-clad figures appeared before the woman. You! She had no quarrel with you. Why kill her so ruthlessly? The veiled woman clutched her chest, blood slowly trickling from the corner of her mouth. Her eyes overflowed with guilt as she stared at the dissipating corpse, her hatred for the black-clad figures growing ever fiercer. Humphrey, anyone connected to the carefree sect must die. Besides, she saw your face just now. You! I swear upon my cultivation path. I will have my revenge for annihilating my sect. Revenge? You won't get the chance. Indeed. If you behave and let us have our fun, we'll make your death quick and painless. One of the black-clad figures licked his lips as he advanced step by step. Ding! Just as the woman prepared to fight to the death, a crisp sound like a coin dropping echoed through Black Tortoise City's night sky. Zhonglin, who had just resurrected in a nearby pavilion, was hiding under the eaves to spectate when a sword light suddenly shot toward him. He dodged effortlessly, landing gracefully on the ground. Damn it! If I'd known, I would have resurrected farther away out of curiosity. Now wearing a disguise to conceal his handsome features, Zhonglin had changed into a white mail robe. Under the moonlight, his tall figure still carried an air of elegance. So, you wish to interfere? The black-clad figures raised their swords, murderous intent blazing as they took in Zhonglin's white-robed, max-level cool guy appearance now that he was back in male attire. Interfere? Actually, I was just pass. Sir, run. You're no match for them. Even if it means mutual destruction, I, Zhao Xueli, will never let them taint my purity. Zhonglin? So, you really do want to play the hero? No, actually I don't. Take this. For fuck's sake. Can't I even finish a sentence? Faced with the incoming sword light, Zhonglin wanted to curse. Was simply eavesdropping and spectating a crime now? Were villains in this world always this trigger-happy, skipping the monologue and going straight to violence? The sword tip was a mere 0.01 centimeters from Zhonglin's forehead. He considered dodging, or even letting himself be killed again to escape this mess. After all, it wasn't his problem. But then, a spring breeze lifted the girl's veil. The moment he saw her face, a mission arrived. Ding, main story triggered, protagonist Zhao Xueli, direct disciple of the carefree sect, born with supreme talent and innate supreme bone. After her sect was annihilated by the invincible demonic cult, she swore vengeance. Within a century, Zhao Xueli will purge all demonic sects across the land. After killing the host multiple times and scattering his ashes, she will ascend to immortality, clang. Just as the sword tip grazed Zhonglin's brow, he drew a flying sword and deflected the black-clad figure's blade. The translucent sword, white as snow and ice, hovered beside Zhonglin, glowing brilliantly under the moonlight. A life-bound flying sword. You're a sword cultivator. The black-clad figure exclaimed, staring at the white-robed man gazing at the moon. Cultivators fell into three categories: ordinary cultivators, sword cultivators, and pure martial artists, who weren't technically cultivators but kind of were. Among these, sword cultivators were the most lethal, most unreasonable, and had the highest barriers to entry. Does being a sword cultivator matter that much? Zhang Lin tilted his head 45 degrees toward the moonlight, fighting back tears. Why? Why did taking a casual stroll lead him to bump into a protagonist? And why did every protagonist have to vow to exterminate all demonic sects, eventually targeting the Sun Moon cult too? Sure, the Sun Moon cult was a demonic sect, but their motto was only corrupt hearts, never kill innocents, damn it. Did the Sun Moon cult steal their rice or something? If you're a sword cultivator, then state your name. I don't kill nameless men. Twin Peaks of the Sun Moon cult. Zhang Yida. Tearing his gaze from the sky, Zhang Lin looked back at the pale but beautiful girl behind him. The Sun Moon cult? Ha ha ha. So you're from that eccentric demonic sect that plays with minds but never kills? Since when did you lot start playing hero? The black-clad figure flourished his sword dramatically. Kid, since we're both from demonic sects, I'll let you go today. Scram, and don't interfere with my business. Your business? Exactly. Get lost. Unless you want a piece of the action? Fine. 100 mid-grade spirit stones, and you can go second. Boss, no way. I called dibs on going second. Nonsense. Boss, Shut up. The leader barked, silencing his underlings before smirking at Zhang Lin. Well? Zhang Lin shook his head, looking at them with pity and disdain. You'll never lay a hand on her. Why not? Because I'm here. Though I belong to a demonic sect, my heart stands with justice. Zhang Lin gripped his snow-white translucent sword, his long hair fluttering dramatically. Since ancient times, when had a protagonist ever been defiled by minor villains? They always pulled off impossible reversals, breaking through realms mid-battle after near-death epiphanies. But Zhang Lin couldn't say this aloud. They'd never believe him. All he could do was rack up favor points before this protagonist awakened. What did you say? Kid, our boss was being nice, and you spit in his face? Kill him. Attack. Just as Zhang Lin prepared to spout more righteous nonsense, the three underlings charged without giving him a chance. Young lady. Remember this. Not all demonic sect members are villains. I, Zhang Yida, am willing to die for you. Sir, no. Kill him. Zhang Lin rushed forward, internally cringing at his own cheesiness. But a glance at the kneeling girl's worried expression told him it was working. Clang. Clang. Thud. Thud. Mada. Zhang Lin clashed fiercely with the three cave mansion realm underlings. After 10 breaths, he emerged victorious. Only to be blindsided by a palm strike to his back. Blood sprayed from his mouth as he collapsed at the girl's feet. Chapter 13. You actually. 30 Zhang Gongzai. Don't. The girl named Zhao Xueli threw off her bamboo hat and tightly embraced Zhang Lin in her arms, her delicate hands continuously wiping the blood from the corner of his mouth. At this moment, the villain who had just ambushed them seemed to have disconnected, watching the emotional scene between the two. Young lady. Zhang Lin raised his hand wanting to touch Zhao Xueli's cheek. But suddenly lost strength, his arm dropping limply. Why would Gongzai go so far for a stranger like me? The girl's tears dripped onto Zhang Lin's face, her pale and beautiful features appearing even more delicate in her distress. Though the Sun Moon cult is. Though it's a demonic cult. Though I, Zhang Yida, am a disciple of the demonic cult. I still have my principles. Helping those in need. Is my Zhang Yida's principle. Another mouthful of blood spilled from Zhang Lin's lips. At this moment, he felt like he might die again, but before that, he had to finish his words. Zhang Gongzai, don't speak anymore, don't. Xueli will definitely heal Gongzai. No, it's already too late. Zhang Lin grasped the girl's soft, boneless hand, his eyes filled with deep emotion. What a pity. I, Yida, can no longer protect you. Young lady. I'm sorry. Zhang Lin's hands dropped, his head rolling from the girl's arms to the side. Even the regretful, unwilling tone of his last words was perfectly executed. But Zhang Gongzai is not allowed to die. Just as Zhang Lin was preparing to die quickly so he could resurrect somewhere far away, the girl closed her eyes and sent a palm strike into his body. Huh? Zhang Lin was already preparing to see his life flash before his eyes when a warm current protected his heart meridian. Not only that, this warmth began repairing his injuries from the inside out. In less than 3 breaths, Zhang Lin actually felt his injuries stabilizing. Holy shit. This is too much of a cheat. Noticing something amiss with the girl and Zhang Lin's condition, the black-clothed leader finally reconnected, thrusting his sword toward the girl and Zhang Lin. Zhang Lin sensed the sword chi, but his injuries were too severe to open his eyes or move, unable to realistically block this sword for Zhao Xueli. Just as the sword was about to touch the girl, her eyes opened, and a massive shockwave repelled the black-clothed man while also messing up Zhang Lin's hairstyle. You are. Zhang Lin felt himself being gently laid down, then an extremely sharp sword intent flashed by. After that, all sounds disappeared. The black-clothed man lay dead 10 meters away. This man is quite handsome, perhaps quite suitable for our little Xueli. A cold yet smiling voice sounded beside Zhang Lin. Though he knew it came from the girl's mouth, the tone and inflection were completely different. Could it be? This made Zhang Lin think of the old man hiding in the protagonist's ring or the old woman possessing the protagonist's body. Reaching the peak of the cave mansion realm at such a young age, not bad at all. Pity our little Xueli still has important matters to attend to and can't be delayed by romantic entanglements. Zhang Lin felt soft hands reaching into his clothes, as if undressing him. Just as he was thinking of refusing, another warm current entered his body. The sensation was like receiving a full-body massage, extremely comfortable. After this warmth circulated through 2 minor heavenly cycles, his injuries were mostly healed. Zhang Lin slowly opened his eyes. He could move again. Thank you, Senior, for saving me. Zhang Lin struggled to stand and bowed with clasped fists. Senior? Why not call me young lady anymore? Zhao Xueli's lips curled slightly as she examined Zhang Lin with playful eyes. This junior wouldn't dare. Had I known Senior was protecting this young lady from within, I wouldn't have overestimated my abilities. Knowing something is impossible yet doing it anyway, very good, young man. Regardless, you risked your life to save her. This seed and our little Xueli owe you a favor. I'll grant you one request, if not today, then in the future. Speak, what do you want? Contributing to a better society is this junior's duty. Speaking up against injustice and acting when needed are my principles. Though I'm from the demonic cult, I have the heart of a model youth, so this junior. Ding. Just as Zhang Lin was about to cement his image as a glorious, upright model youth, the system's prompt sounded in his mind again. The unfinished sentence nearly choked Zhang Lin. Honestly, if not for fear of mutual destruction, he'd love to give this system a good panda incense burning. Quest triggered. The powerful soul hiding within protagonist Zhao Xueli has appeared. How can a host determined to become the world's ultimate boss stop now? Quest 1. Having healed you, her spiritual energy is depleted. This is the perfect opportunity. Channel the River King and slap her face repeatedly, showing her what real manliness is. 2. She offered repayment, shamelessly demand her hand in marriage, choose. 3.2.1, System. You fucking, vulgar language, bastard. Zhang Lin cursed wildly in his heart, but the countdown had already begun. Detecting no host selection, automatic selection of option 1 commencing. Host should prepare himself. Oh no. Senior. At the system's final second, Zhang Lin's body uncontrollably performed a heavenly king covers earth tiger maneuver, slamming face first onto the ground in a perfect head-bowing salute that startled the girl. Zhang Gongcai needn't be like this, please rise and speak. No. If Senior doesn't agree, I won't get up. Zhang Gongcai. Could it be you have some weakness the Sun Moon cult is exploiting, forcing you to join? Do you want my help leaving the cult? No, the Sun Moon cult has pure customs, I joined voluntarily. Then does Zhang Gongcai have some irreconcilable enemy needing my assistance? Also no, I've been an orphan since childhood and don't even remember my parents' faces. Then what does Zhang Gongcai want? Senior. Suddenly, Zhang Lin pounced. Before she could react, he channeled the River King and started spamming Q skill on her. Slap. A crisp sound echoed through the street as Zhang Lin's right cheek bore a stinging handprint. Looking up, he saw Zhao Xueli's blushing face staring at him. You actually. You shameless man. With that, Zhao Xueli covered her mouth and flew far away. Rubbing his burning cheek and watching the girl's retreating figure, Zhang Lin felt profound melancholy. Not only melancholy, he'd also lost his first kiss this night. Sighing lightly, Zhang Lin gazed at the moon. He'd truly provoked the protagonist now, with no way to explain himself. This was really the end. Chapter 14, Steady as an old dog under the moonlight, Zhang Lin climbed through the window and gazed at the girl still sleeping sideways on the bed. Before returning to the inn, he had changed back into the same women's clothing. His previous outfit was ruined after Zhao Xueli vomited blood all over it. After touching up his feminine makeup, Zhang Lin lay back down on the bed. As the moonlight shifted quietly, just when Zhang Lin was exhausted and finally drifting into deep sleep, the girl beside him stirred slightly. Her long eyelashes fluttered, and eyes like black obsidian slowly opened. Sitting up slightly, Lin Qingwen sniffed Zhang Lin's hair, then his neck. There was another woman's scent. And his clothes looked brand new. Angrily furrowing her delicate brows, the girl suddenly bit down on Zhang Lin's ear. Fuck. Zhonglin jolted awake in pain, barely managing to stifle his yell. He glanced sideways at his senior sister, who was now nestled against his shoulder, fast asleep. She must have been dreaming. Why else would she bite his ear? It hadn't hurt much, but the ticklish sensation was unsettling. Senior sister. Senior sister. Zhonglin called softly, but there was no response. He nudged her head lightly, only for her to tighten her arm around his neck in a lock. In the end, he gave up. For the rest of the night, Zhonglin woke up 4 or 5 times. His ears, neck, shoulders, and even his face were all nibbled on by his senior sister. He desperately wanted to get out of bed, but she had him trapped. It wasn't until well past the hour of the ox that he finally managed to sleep peacefully. Senior sister Lin, junior sister Zhong, it's time for the test. Senior sister. At dawn, a female disciple from the Dragon Gate sect called from outside the door. Zhonglin groggily opened his eyes and realized Lin Qingwen was curled up on his chest like a kitten, watching him. The girl wore a faint smile, her long, silky hair cascading neatly down her slender back. Her eyes blinked slowly as she gazed at Zhonglin, as if she couldn't get enough of him. Senior sister. Time to wake up. Junior sister Zhong. The voice outside continued calling. Inside the room, Zhonglin and the girl locked eyes, and for some reason, he felt a creeping panic. Sister Lin. I'll go open the door. Zhonglin forced a feminine tone as he tried to get up. Oh? Does junior sister really plan to open the door like this? Lin Qingwen remained sprawled over him, her soft voice carrying a devilish lilt. What does Sister Lin mean? Zhongzin doesn't quite understand. Outwardly, Zhonglin was steady as an old dog. But inside, he was panicking. You don't know? Lin Qingwen smiled faintly and let her gaze drift downward, below Zhonglin's neck. Following her line of sight, Zhonglin's eyes widened. Holy shit. Wait, no. I ate my makeshift buns last night. I forgot to replace them. Sister Lin. Senior sister. Senior sister. Are you there? Senior sister. Sweat beaded on Zhonglin's forehead as he scrambled for an excuse. Meanwhile, the disciple outside kept calling. Yes, junior sister Zhong and I are already up. We're just finishing our makeup. We'll be down soon. Senior sister, you could have said so earlier. I'll head down first then. As the footsteps faded, Zhonglin turned back to the smiling girl beside him, his unease growing. What did junior sister Zhong want to explain to me? Senior sister. Zhonglin forced out 2 pitiful tears. If I told you I was born flat-chested and was mocked for it. Especially by my brother. So I used buns to hide my shortcomings. And accidentally ate them last night because I was hungry. Would you believe me? Of course I would. Lin Qingwen's fingers twitched slightly, and a bronze mirror flew from the dressing table into her delicate palm. She held it up to Zhonglin's face. In an instant, his back was drenched in cold sweat. The reflection showed that all the makeup he had painstakingly applied last night was gone. He pulled the blanket aside and realized he was only wearing underpants. His 8-pack ABS, or rather, the single consolidated block from extreme training, were on full display. He touched his throat. The black ribbon he used to hide his Adam's apple was also missing. Well then. Junior brother Zhong. Lin Qingwen pinned him to the pillow with a bed press. Are you a human? Or a ghost? Senior sister, I think I can explain. Lin Qingwen gently wiped the sweat from his forehead with her sleeve. You can explain. But according to sect rules. Stealing the dragon vein, deceiving your fellow disciples. I've prepared something special for you. Her eyes flicked toward the floor. At the foot of the bed, a washboard had appeared out of nowhere. Beast. Scum. Pervert. In another in-room, a girl finished regulating her breathing and exhaled deeply, then clutched a pillow to her chest and began punching it repeatedly. Now, it was just a kiss. Sooner or later, this was bound to happen. A mature woman's voice echoed in the girl's mind. Just a kiss? Sword spirit, that was my first. Ugh. I'm so mad. All the talk about the demonic cult targeting hearts, not lives, how not all cultists are the same. He just wanted my body. He's disgusting. The girl, Zhao Xueli, grew angrier the more she thought about it and continued venting her frustration on the pillow. Alright. Since he insulted you last night, we'll turn that humiliation into motivation. He's a swordsman too. Next time we see him, we'll challenge him to a duel and cut his head off. Senior. Isn't killing him going too far? Besides, you agreed to his request. And he did. Save me. Giggle. Seems our little girl is smitten. Senior. Fine. We'll just beat him up if we run into him. Zhao Xueli clenched her fists. I'll definitely thrash him good. You know, he wasn't all bad. Even if we're seeking revenge, we shouldn't ignore other possibilities. Are you sure you don't? No, Senior. I'm grateful he saved me, but I hate how disrespectful he was. Right now, avenging my sect is my only wish. Cultivation is my sole focus. I have no heart for romance. Good. That's my disciple. Once we find my true body in that secret realm during the sect competition, our real revenge will begin. Yes, Senior. Chapter 15. This is definitely killing intent. In the inn, sunlight slowly spilled onto the windowsill. Zhonglin, wearing only his underpants, stared at the washboard that had inexplicably appeared on the floor with complex emotions. Kneeling on a washboard was indeed one of the Dragon Gate sect's disciplinary rules. Legend had it this rule originated when the sect's founding ancestor was caught visiting brothels by his cultivation partner. The problem was, when discovered, this ancestor didn't admit his wrongdoing, instead claiming he was learning foreign languages outside. As punishment, the founding ancestor had to kneel on a washboard for 3 full months. Since then, kneeling on washboards became mandatory punishment for deceiving fellow sect members. Regardless of severity, offenders would kneel first before discussing other crimes. Over time, it also quietly became essential equipment for some cultivation partners. Seeing Zhonglin's intense focus on the washboard, Lin Qingwen Humphreyed and turned her head away, speaking coldly, "If you don't want to kneel, then lick my feet." Senior sister. You. Not to brag, but Zhonglin could lick her long legs until they fractured. Just as Zhonglin reluctantly approached Lin Qingwen, her face slightly reddened as she stood up. Forget it. Tell me what you did last night. Eh? This question confused him. Shouldn't Senior Sister be asking why he stole the dragon vein, betrayed the sect, or faked his death? Why ask about last night? Was that important? What, afraid to say? Where did you sneak off to last night? Turning her head, Lin Qingwen glared at Zhonglin with wide eyes, her usually cold demeanor now mixed with an unexpectedly cute fierceness. Last night. I went for a walk, Zhonglin answered truthfully. A walk? Lin Qingwen's eyes narrowed dangerously. Killing intent. Absolutely. This was definitely killing intent. Though he didn't know why, Zhonglin sensed undisguised murderous aura from his still beautiful senior sister. Zhonglin, did you do anything else after your walk? Anything else? Oh yes, while eating steamed buns, I happened upon some men chasing a woman. As her junior brother, I naturally intervened and rescued her. And after rescuing her? After? I came straight back. Zhonglin looked at her with genuine confusion. Zhonglin. Suddenly, Lin Qingwen stood up, her chest heaving violently from anger. You still refuse to tell me the truth? Zhonglin was truly baffled. He had told the truth, just omitting unnecessary details that didn't concern Senior Sister Lin anyway. Senior Sister, I think there's some misunderstanding? As Lin Qingwen advanced with her cyan jade sword drawn, Zhonglin hastily retreated. Thud. Backed against the door, Zhonglin found himself pinned as Lin Qingwen performed a caved-on wall slam, his first time being wall slammed by a girl. This feeling was strangely intriguing. A walk? Then why do you smell like another woman? What did you do with her? Is telling me the truth really that difficult? Another woman's scent. Senior Sister, do you know Zhao Xueli? Eh? Arms crossed, Lin Qingwen momentarily froze. No. But don't worry Senior Sister, that Miss Zhao is fine. I didn't do anything with her, I just happened to lie in her arms, picking up her perfume. She's unharmed. If you want to find her swish. Before Zhonglin finished speaking, a sword light flashed past his forehead, severing several strands of hair. With a crash, the wooden table in the room turned to splinters. Zhonglin hastily retreated several steps. So it's true. Last night you really got intimate with another woman. Lying in her arms? Rising from the bed with sword in hand, Lin Qingwen advanced step by step. The commotion had drawn Dragon Gate sect disciples rushing toward the 3rd floor. Trapped between his furious senior sister and his troublesome sect brothers, Zhonglin was about to surrender, prepared to use another revive coin, when the system's vulgar language sounded again. Ding! Detected protagonist Lin Qingwen's rage skyrocketing. Congratulations on completing I Just Want to Piss You Off, beginner, achievement. Reward, 2,000 infamy points, ding, congratulations. Infamy points reached 10,000. Mission system upgraded, more missions with richer rewards. Keep it up, ding, infamy points store unlocked at 10,000 points. Lottery function activated. Host may browse at will, ding, mission triggered, protagonist Lin Qingwen emotionally unstable, perfect opportunity, choose, strip and embrace Lin Qingwen as the River King, spamming basic attacks before Dragon Gate sect disciples to humiliate the sect. Use system provided everything is spring medicine which can, beast. System, have you no decency? Zhang Lin mentally cursed. Response, system's decency matches hosts. Countdown begins, 3.2, bam. At the final second, the door burst open as worried Dragon Gate sect disciples rushed in to check on Lin Qingwen and Zhang Xin's safety, only to witness a scene they'd never forget. Chapter 16, Brother Zhang. You're famous now. At the little sweet tea house in Black Tortoise City. Hey, have you heard? Heard what? Ah, about what happened at that inn called This Isn't a Black Shop. Oh. Yes, who would have thought that Zhang Lin actually survived? Not only survived. According to my nephew's wife's best friend's boyfriend's girlfriend, when Fairy Lin fought with Zhang Lin in that inn, guess what happened? When the Dragon Gate sect disciples broke down the door upon hearing the commotion. Zhang Lin was what? Spit it out. He was stark naked while passionately kissing Fairy Lin. What? That lecher actually dared to be so insolent. Who knows? Now both the Dragon Gate sect and Black Tortoise City's cultivators are hunting him down. At Drunken Immortal Pavilion, Black Tortoise City's largest pleasure house famously called the Royal Uncle Club, business was usually best at night. Yet early this morning, a man rushed in frantically. Brother how? Disaster has struck. A man shouted as he barged in, causing shrieks from the room. What's all the yelling about? Can't you see I'm studying Black Tortoise City's local dialect? On the large double bed, a man sat up while the pleasure house woman covered her face and pulled up the blanket. Brother how? You can study dialects anytime, but Fairy Lin of Dragon Gate sect. She. Fairy Lin? What about her? She was forcibly kissed. What? At Black Tortoise City's Confucian Academy, an elderly teacher stepped onto the lectern, looking gravely at today's Black Tortoise Daily headlines before speaking. Recently there's been a pervert roaming Black Tortoise City. Young ladies must protect themselves, and those with partners should watch over your girlfriends carefully. Now, let's begin class. On Black Tortoise City's streets, a little girl cried loudly, sitting on the ground after being refused candy. Cry. You already have cavities yet still want sweets. If you keep crying, that pervert named Zhang Lin loves crybabies most. The mother's words made the girl instantly stop crying, her chubby face turning red from holding back. At the This Restaurant is Affordable Restaurant, a young lady ordered several dishes and happily ate lunch with a heaping bowl of rice. The girl looked so pure and adorable, especially when putting rice into her small mouth, that many in the restaurant stole glances at her. Soon, a man in white robes with jade pendants and holding a landscape-painted fan approached, sitting across from the girl. Ahem. The man cleared his throat, his fan snapping open with a flourish that lifted a strand of his bangs. Is the lady dining alone? The girl didn't respond, continuing to eat. Well, miss should be careful. Recently there's been a flower thief named Zhang Lin in the city. If you don't mind, I, Yi Liangjian of Fazol Yu sect, would be honored to accompany you. Before he could finish, the girl stood up with a swish, wiping her mouth with a handkerchief. Miss. Bam. Mid-sentence, the girl punched him. Yi Liangjian flew out of the restaurant, clutching his chest trying to get up before losing consciousness. I'm a man. Pure masculinity. The girl declared in a rough yet delicate voice, tossing a silver fragment to the waiter before strutting out. In Black Tortoise City Lord's private chambers, a black-dressed girl with snow-like skin read today's Black Tortoise Daily while another girl with delicate eyebrows watched nervously beside her. Uni, listen, there must be some misunderstanding here. Even though little Zhang Lin is full of youthful vigor, he wouldn't run around naked. Of course it's a misunderstanding. Zhang Uni stood up, her black life-bound sword flying from her brow into her hand. Uni, calm down. Little Zhang Lin definitely isn't that kind of person. As Zhang Uni prepared to ride her sword out, City Lord Luo Qianchang quickly hugged her slender waist. Nonsense. My Zhang Lin would never do such things. That Lin Qingwen seduced my Zhang Lin, and when she failed, she spread vicious rumors. My little Lin must be heartbroken. Let's see if Dragon Gate sect can withstand my sword questioning. Huh? Seduction? Rumors? Looking at the Black Tortoise Daily on the floor which clearly stated Zhang Lin had defiled Dragon Gate sect's senior sister Lin Qingwen, Luo Qianchang wondered how this girl could see it completely reversed. Isn't it obvious? Qianchang, let me go. No. Uni, put down your sword first. We need to stay calm. Luo Qianchang nearly cried. I'll investigate and clear Zhang Lin's name, but if you go out now and your identity is exposed, all those old monsters will come after you. Once things escalate, little Lin will get dragged in too. But. No buts. Seeing the girl in her arms soften slightly, Luo Qianchang took Zhang Yuni's delicate hands, turning to face her directly as their beautiful eyes met. "Trust me. I won't let little Lin suffer any harm." Zhang Yuni stared into Luo Qinshang's eyes, seeing only sincerity. "Qinshang, tell me truthfully. Have you also taken a liking to little Lin?" Zuili, after we buy what we need for the secret realm, try not to go out anymore. On Black Tortoise City's bustling streets, a girl wearing a bamboo hat and large robes concealing her graceful figure heard a voice transmitted into her consciousness. "Sword Spirit Sister, are you worried about that flower thief Zhang Lin?" "Indeed, somewhat concerned. They say Lin Qingwen of Dragon Gate sect had already reached Dragon Gate realm, yet even she was molested. Though you're exceptionally talented with innate supreme bones, your current realm isn't high enough yet. We must be cautious. But don't worry too much. As long as that flower thief hasn't entered Jade Purity realm, if he dares come near you, this Sword Spirit Sister will break both his legs." With Sword Spirit Sister here, Xueli fears nothing. If he dares come, we'll just be eliminating a public menace. Achoo. "Brother Zhang, you alright?" Fine, just a slight chill." Zhang Lin rubbed his nose, looking at Fang Kek. "What were you saying earlier?" "Oh, Brother Zhang, congratulations." Fang Kek stood up holding the black tortoise daily, cupping his hands in salute. "Congratulations? Did I become a father?" "Become a father? I wouldn't know about that. But Brother Zhang, you're famous now." Chapter 17, I Want to Be Alone Famous. Hearing Fang Kek's words, Zhang Lin's heart skipped a beat. Breaking news. Why are the sows in Black Tortoise City screaming miserably in the middle of the night? Why is an 80-year-old woman glowing red? Is this a distortion of human nature or a collapse of morality? Next, let's dive into today's headline. Dragon Gate sect's Lin Qingwen, the fairy disciple, brutally victimized by the demonic cult's flower thief, losing her purity, snatching the Black Tortoise City daily from Fang Kek's hands. And looking at the headline, Zhang Lin nearly spat out a mouthful of blood. His mind went blank. Just moments ago, the system had informed Zhang Lin that he had completed the city's worst villain achievement. Zhang Lin was puzzled at first, not expecting it was because of this incident. "Congratulations, Brother Zhang. I knew you cross-dressing into the Dragon Gate sect meant you had big plans. Who would have thought you targeted Sister Lin Qingwen? Not killing, but attacking her heart. This time you toyed with Sister Lin in your palm. I bet Sister Lin's Dao heart is seriously damaged. Your task of sabotaging the sect competition definitely ranks you in the top 10 for achievements. No. This is slander. This is rumor. Who wrote this report? I'm sending them a lawyer's letter." Zhang Lin slammed the table angrily and stood up, closing his eyes and raising his head. 2 silent tears streamed down his heart. "Brother Zhang. What's a lawyer's letter? Is a lawyer some kind of profession? What do they do? And which letter is that? Is it the Tihold letter? Brother Fang, please stop joking. I'm very pure." "Forget it. Brother Fang, I want to be alone. Can you leave for a while? Your timely rescue is deeply appreciated, and I will definitely share the mission rewards with you." "Oh dear. Our bond of having sneaked past the underwear barrier means no need for formalities about sharing. But since Brother Zhang insists, I won't be polite." Fang Kek patted Zhang Lin's back. "Then Brother Zhang, just think about Miss King. I believe if she weighs on your mind so much, she must be a goddess. I won't disturb you any longer." Fang Kek placed a roast chicken on the table with a smile and walked out. Sitting back down, Zhang Lin wiped his face deeply. Earlier this morning, when the system mission appeared, Zhang Lin decisively chose option 1. As the Dragon Gate sect disciples charged in, Zhang Lin immediately tore off his clothes, only wearing shorts, and lunged at Lin Qingwen. Actually, Zhang Lin had already prepared to be stabbed by Senior Sister Lin. He thought that as long as her sword pierced his heart and he moved closer along with the sword, then cupped Senior Sister Lin's cheek in front of the Dragon Gate disciples, playing the role of a man dying for love and kissed her a few times before dying, it shouldn't be a big problem. Then he would revive somewhere far away. But when Senior Sister Lin raised her sword, it was less than 0.01 centimeters from Zhang Lin's heart, and Zhang Lin never expected she would lower the sword. When Zhang Lin lunged and hugged Senior Sister Lin, he was completely stunned. He even felt her heartbeat accelerating in his arms. When the Dragon Gate sect disciples saw their aloof senior sister being hugged, they dared not step forward. Zhang Lin thought they must have assumed he had kidnapped Lin Qingwen and thus did not act rashly. In fact, it was Lin Qingwen's blush that left everyone frozen in place. Although everyone was stunned, Zhang Lin couldn't think too much and quickly transformed into the River King, equipped with full attack speed gear, and went all out with normal attacks on her. Zhang Lin expected Senior Sister Lin to become angry and kill him, but she stood there like a steam princess. Having no choice, Zhang Lin apologized and quickly jumped out the window. After regaining their senses, the Dragon Gate sect disciples chased after Zhang Lin. He met Fang Ken, who was chatting up other sect junior sisters, and was finally pulled into a shabby courtyard by him. That's the truth of the matter. You can say Zhang Lin was indecent with senior sister, but how did she lose her purity? Zhang Lin could already imagine his current predicament. Although the Dragon Gate sect was not a top-tier sect in Wutong Prefecture, it was definitely mid to high level. Especially since senior sister Lin was under 20 and already reached the Dragon Gate realm, she was a standout among the young generation in Wutong Prefecture. In the latest Rising Star list of Wutong Prefecture, senior sister Lin was ranked 8th. Coupled with her beauty, she was also in the top 10 of Wutong Prefecture's most beautiful list. Both strength and beauty were balanced, with countless admirers. Zhang Lin felt that if he shouted on the street, "I am Zhang Lin, come and chop me if you're brothers," he would suddenly gain many half-brothers. What to do now? Eating a chicken leg and drinking tea, Zhang Lin paced back and forth in the room, thinking deeply. It was impossible to clear his name. He was originally a demonic cult member. Who would believe him? So, all he could do was. Suddenly, a gleam of wisdom flashed in Zhang Lin's eyes. Yes. What he could do was die again. Wutong Prefecture was the smallest of the 9 continents, but it had something no other prefecture had, the Lost Trail Secret Realm. Though secret realms were common worldwide, the Lost Trail Secret Realm was unique. As far as was known, only one existed. The Lost Trail Secret Realm appeared once every 10 years, lasting for 1 month each time. Its location changed each time, shrouded in mystery. Hence the name. But the Secret Realm always appeared in Wutong Prefecture. The Lost Trail Secret Realm was rich in resources and abundant in spiritual energy. 1 day's cultivation there was equivalent to 10 days elsewhere. Legend said it was the main battlefield of ancient gods and great powers. Due to the fierce battles, a large area was cut off from the world and became the Secret Realm. If lucky. That is, if you had European bloodline. You could pick up SSR weapons and the like. But the durability of these weapons was mostly gone, generally only usable as materials, with little power left. After all, it was an ancient battlefield filled with overwhelmingly strong fighters. Other sects on different continents coveted the Lost Trail Secret Realm. Although Wutong Prefecture was small, its strength was moderate. This was a matter of local face, so all sects united as one regarding the Secret Realm. Moreover, although the realm was bountiful, it wasn't overwhelmingly powerful, so other continents wouldn't dare fight all the sects of Wutong Prefecture just for it. Plus, other prefectures' sects had their own interests and wouldn't unite like Wutong Prefecture did. Thus, Wutong Prefecture held the Lost Trail Secret Realm. 2 months before the realm appeared, signs would occur, confirming the location. The sect closest to the realm could host it. Only cultivators above Cave Mansion Realm but below Jade Purity Realm could enter, but not everyone was allowed in. The realm would choose fated ones to enter. Those rejected would almost never get in again. No one clearly knew the criteria for being fated. For example, a nascent soul realm master of a great sect was rejected when trying to enter for sightseeing, while some others passed. Inside, the realm suppressed cultivators to the early Cave Mansion Realm. Even fated ones could not enter more than 3 times. Regardless, the Lost Trail Secret Realm every 10 years had become a grand event for Wutong Prefecture's young generation. The sect that hosted it was very lucky. Everyone paid 3 mid-grade spirit stones as an entry ticket, which was trivial. More importantly, the Secret Realm was like the World Cup for Wutong Prefecture, boosting local tourism and bringing long-term benefits. Some small sects even transformed into tourist spots after their sect competitions, selling tickets and merchandise with great success. Therefore, Zhang Lin made up his mind. He would die spectacularly in front of all the elite gathered for the Lost Trail Secret Realm in Wutong Prefecture. Yes. The more miserable his death, the better. Then everyone in Wutong Prefecture would know he was dead. Would anyone dare to pick a fight with a dead man? I really am a genius. Zhang Lin slapped his palm and made the decision. As for senior sister Lin's emotional knot, that could wait. With the problem solution found, Zhang Lin felt much lighter and could focus on what the system gave him. He was 18 when he came to this world in flesh. But turned into an 8-year-old. Then was taken by his master into the demonic cult, becoming a demonic cult member. Since the system awakened a year ago, he had completed various tasks and achievements. Counting recent ones, he now had 13,000 infamy points. He also had 3 bottles of body-tempering liquid and, finally, the city's public enemy achievement reward, the boxing manual. Return my handsome fist. Honestly, when the system gave him this manual, Zhang Lin was crushed. Looking inward. Closing his eyes, he opened the system mall, filled with various martial arts manuals. The boxing manuals included Taikai Fist, Seven Wounds Fist, Pegasus Meteor Fist, and Mount Lu Dragon Soaring Overlord, like a collection. Among them, the Return My Handsome Fist cover was already lit up, meaning he had obtained it. Grades were roughly N, R, Senior, SSR, Taikai Fist was SSR, with a shocking price, 999,999 infamy points. There were more sword manuals, Jade Maiden Sword Technique, Lone Lonely 9 Swords, Starburst Reckless Slash, and One Strike Katana. The grading was the same as boxing manuals, N, R, Senior, SSR. In fact, the entire store followed this 4-tier ranking. Besides fist and sword techniques, there were other cultivation methods. Zhang Lin gasped when he saw Blazing Red Lotus, impressed by its terror. Besides manuals, there were many weapons, from peerless swords to Fire's Fun is Broken, to Ice's Miserable Death, with everything imaginable. He also saw Ganzhong Mozi, the Sword of Victory's Oath, and the piercing Death Soaring Spear. As for the last sword that blinded Zhang Lin, it was marked only available through lottery. The grade for that sword was marked? Besides manuals and weapons, the mall sold materials, potions, and daily items, but prices were high. Zhang Lin saw body tempering liquid. 500 infamy points per bottle, buy 10 get 1 free. Leaving the mall, Zhang Lin originally thought his 13,000 infamy points were quite a lot but found them dull. He went to the system's lottery interface, where drawing required a talisman, reminding Zhang Lin of some terrible game from his past life. 1,000 infamy points per draw, 10 consecutive draws gave 1 free draw daily, with periodic up chances. For example, today, the Piercing Death Soaring Sword had a up chance. Though Piercing Death Soaring Sword up sounded tempting, Zhang Lin only glanced and ignored it. Hadn't those probability ups in card pools burned him enough? Would he believe that? Ridiculous planners. So Zhang Lin turned to leave without hesitation. A few breaths later, a talisman representing 10 draws fell into the fire furnace. QQ Strong Muscle Tendino. With a familiar voice, 11 flashes appeared from the fire. After a moment, Zhang Lin found 5 bottles of body tempering liquid, 3 gin of 5-colored earth, 2 talismans for shortening distance, and a bottle of immortal sword maintenance liquid in his backpack. Finally, Zhang Lin, not believing his luck, drew 3 pentagrams hoping for a miracle, gaining 3 more bottles of body tempering liquid. Thus, Zhang Lin's infamy points were all gone. Back in reality, Zhang Lin took out more than 10 bottles of body tempering liquid and 3 gin of soil, placing them on the table. He wiped his face deeply. What was 5-colored earth? Was he going to make pottery? And in the mall, it cost 300 infamy points per gin, with 10 gin giving 1 gin free. He had really lost out. Looking at the body tempering liquid on the table, for strengthening martial artist physique. The problem was, Zhang Lin was a sword cultivator. Maybe I should cultivate both sword and body? At least it wouldn't be wasted. Though later cultivation would cause clashes between martial artist's true energy and his inner spiritual energy, so he wouldn't be a pure martial artist like Chen Jia, it could still strengthen his body and kidneys. Thinking it over, Zhang Lin found it feasible and planned to ask Chen Jia about martial artist cultivation. Brother Zhang. Brother Zhang. While Zhang Lin was contemplating how to trick Chen Jia into teaching him, Fang Kekun's voice came from the door. With a long sleeve, Zhang Lin swept all the items on the table into the system's inventory and opened the door. Brother Fang, what's up? Brother Zhang, forget about Miss Kinking. Black Tortoise City just issued a notice. The qualification test for entering the Lost Trail Secret Realm has been moved up to this afternoon. Let's hurry to the test. If all goes well, those who pass will enter the Secret Realm tomorrow. Chapter 18, Kill Zhang the Flower Thief. Ha ha ha, Brother Hao, I heard you found the heaven-piercing treasure mirror in a cave. Truly admirable. Ah. What's a mere heaven-piercing treasure mirror? If Fairy Lin wishes, I'd gladly gift it to her for her makeup. Brother Hao truly lives up to being the head disciple of the Zongyao sect, so generous indeed. Such a pity Fairy Lin was harassed by that Zhang Lin. I wonder if her doubt heart has been affected, whether she'll participate in this sect competition. Humphrey. Don't mention that flower thief. If that scoundrel dares show up, I, Zhao Hao, will make him taste our Zongyao sect's ultimate technique, the Hao finger strike. Excuse me, are you senior brother Yi Liangjun of the Fazol Yu sect? Indeed, that's me. The man named Yi Liangjun snapped open his fan with a crisp sound, tossing his bangs once more. Greetings, senior brother Yi. We're from the Black Tortoise City Daily. Since this is your first sect competition, do you have confidence in passing the Lost Trail Secret Realms test? Ha ha ha, ridiculous. Who has Yi Liangjun ever feared? I am invincible. Invincibility is me. Truly worthy of senior brother Yi, such domineering aura. However, Rumor says you were knocked down by a woman's punch. Is this true? Could you share details? Fairy Whoa, I heard your Falling Blossom sect only has female disciples. This morning, Fairy Lin of Dragon Gate sect suffered harassment from the traitor Zhang Lin. Are you worried? Not worried. The woman named Luoke replied calmly. If that flower thief Zhang Lin dares touch my junior sisters, we'll make sure he enters standing up and leaves lying down. Where is that scoundrel Zhang Lin? Didn't he come? If that bastard shows up, I'll avenge Fairy Lin. Defend righteous justice. No. Let me. Such vermin only harms more maidens. I'll scatter his ashes. Brother Taoist, you seem particularly resentful towards Zhang Lin. Damn right. I've never even spoken to Fairy Lin, yet he actually. Infuriating. Kill Zhang the flower thief. Yes. Everyone should eliminate him. Kill Zhang Lin. Kill Zhang Lin. Nearly 10,000 young cultivators at Cave Mansion Realm or above, participating in their first sect competition and having arrived at Black Tortoise City in time, were distributed across multiple testing grounds. The city's central square alone gathered nearly 10,000 cultivators. The massive square buzzed with discussions ranging from mutual flattery to various boasts about cultivation realms, which fairies they'd glimpsed, and such. Of course, the hottest topic remained Dragon Gate sect's Lin Qingwen being publicly harassed by Zhang Lin, and whether this flower thief would sneak in among rogue cultivators to enter the Lost Trail secret realm. Unconsciously, someone started chanting to kill Zhang Lin, the momentum growing until waves of voices rose across the square. First a small group, then entire sections joined in. Some didn't understand why but followed along to fit in, until nearly the entire square was shouting. Female cultivators from different sects chatting quietly were startled by the sudden uproar. Just as the chants reached their peak, someone announced, Dragon Gate sect has arrived. Instantly, the square fell silent. From the sky descended Dragon Gate sect members on flying swords, landing in the vast square. Leading them, a slender woman in gauzy robes didn't land but hovered midair. The sword-levitating woman had waist-length hair, her layered skirts flowing like morning mist. A golden belt accentuated her graceful figure, her aura as refined as orchids. A golden spiritual jade pendant rested at her neck, silver butterfly earrings dangling beside an elegant hairstyle secured by jade hairpins. Ah! My eyes. Many cultivators secretly tried looking up her skirts, only to see nothing. And get their eyes injured by sword energy instead. Everyone, I am Lin Qingwen of Dragon Gate sect. News about me has likely spread throughout the city. I won't elaborate, but thank you for your concern. However, Zhang Lin is a Dragon Gate sect disciple. Only I may deal with him. Therefore, I ask everyone not to interfere in our sect affairs. Please spread this message. Her sweet voice, amplified by spiritual energy, carried across the entire square. After speaking, she gracefully descended under the escort of her sect's supervising elder. Fairy Lin, is it true that your sect's traitor Zhang Lin stole your purity? As soon as Lin Qingwen landed, reporters from Black Tortoise City and C News, Penguin Headlines, Old Wave News and others swarmed forward. Black Tortoise City was renowned for news dissemination, producing Wutong Prefecture's daily newspapers and rankings, essentially the headquarters for all news sects. Blushing at the question, Lin Qingwen began answering when a nascent soul realm elder supervising the group pulled her back. Clearing her throat sternly, the elder declared, rumors. All rumors. The traitor Zhang Lin indeed lives and appeared at our sect's inn, but our Qingwen remains pure. Who spread these lies? I'll smash their skulls. Oh? Is that so? But elder, we heard Zhang Lin cross-dressed and shared a bed with senior sister Lin. More rumors. Qingwen stayed with me all night. How could that scoundrel take advantage? Elder, NC News values facts. Witnesses saw Zhang Lin kiss Fairy Lin. Preposterous. During their fight, Qingwen showed mercy as fellow disciples and was ambushed. The traitor's arm barely grazed her cheek. All tales of passionate kissing are sheer nonsense. Elder. Elder. Reporters bombarded with questions, digging for scandal. But this seemingly young, actually century-old, woman's lips were sealed tight as a drum, every word amplified across the square to 10,000 witnesses, leaving no room for exaggeration. Finally, a Cave Mansion Realm reporter from Penguin Headlines blurted, Elder, rumor says Fairy Lin's cultivation dropped 2 realms from heartbreak over love. Is this true? Chapter 19, Phew, that's a relief. Esteemed Elder, I've heard that Fairy Lin suffered emotional damage from heartbreak, causing her cultivation to drop 2 whole realms. Is this true? The reporter from Penguin News Network amplified his voice with spiritual energy, broadcasting the question across the entire square. Instantly, the bustling square with nearly 10,000 people fell silent before erupting into hushed whispers and angry outbursts. Since ancient times, heroes struggle with the trials of love. For cultivators, this was especially true. Emotional wounds were difficult to heal. Even if Lin Qingwen's realm hadn't actually dropped due to heartbreak, people would still speculate and write about it endlessly. Soon, even if it wasn't true, everyone would believe it was. The problem was, other sects couldn't do anything about these rumors. If they retaliated against the gossip, wouldn't that just confirm the rumors? Young man. Why should my senior sister explain her realm drop to you? We've shown restraint again and again, yet you keep pushing your luck. What business is my senior sister's affairs of yours? Does Penguin News Network have no ethics? That's right. Where are your elders? Since when did tabloid reporters become so brazen? Support Fairy Lin. Apologize. Yes. Apologize. Many in the square immediately rose to Lin Qingwen's defense. Yet Lin Qingwen herself remained leaning on her sword, her calm expression showing no fluctuation whatsoever. If one observed carefully, they might notice the faintest smile tugging at the lips of the Dragon Gate sex female elder. What was news? True news should be factual. What was gossip? That was taking news and embellishing it. But news and gossip were often intertwined. This female elder understood the importance of controlling narratives, especially regarding this talented and beautiful disciple's reputation throughout Wudong province. If this reporter hadn't asked today, wouldn't someone else ask tomorrow? Of course they would. Even if unspoken, wouldn't people still suspect Lin Qingwen suffered heartbreak over Zhang Lin? Undoubtedly. In that case, better to address it head-on. Take control of the narrative by planting their own source to ask the question. This was exactly like what that Zhang Lin fellow had once told her. Gossip and information control was a profound art. Creating confusion was indeed crucial. What a pity that clever disciple had turned out to be from the demonic cult. What a shame. Looking at this reporter from Penguin News, whom she'd paid 5 mid-grade spirit stones to plant as her stooge. Young man, since you're the one questioning, do you happen to have a testing stone? Of course. The man produced a jade green stone with exaggerated solemnity. This stone can accurately measure any cultivation level below the jade purity realm. May Fairy Lin please test herself with it? Very well. We'll use this one. The elder gravely agreed. In truth, this stone had been tampered with, even a full power strike from someone of Cave Mansion realm would register as Dragon Gate realm. The elder transmitted a message via Heart Lake communication. Qingwen, don't worry. Just strike casually. I've made some adjustments to the stone. Hearing this, the girl beside her blinked in surprise before shaking her head with a small smile. Though the upward curve of her lips measured less than 5 degrees,